fucking hookers if you're a billionaire. If
Well,
you're a
no
billionaire, spend
shit,
your own goddamn money.
but it's not only about the president. Look what
We
we do
are
with the
we
police
are live.
officers. What?
We are live now.
Oh, we are. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
But no, I don't like. I agree. Look. It's you. People shouldn't
All
be
right, hold on. We're
arbitrarily.
gonna break it down real quick. Wolf, hey, how you doing? Wolf is with us tonight. Wolf, how you doing? Wolf, all right. I guess Wolf is AFK right now, so he's not with us. He lost. I don't know, reception. We have John. John. Hello. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
I'm doing well. Would everybody like to introduce themselves for tonight, and who's speaking?
This is Tyler Durden, a fictional character
Who
inside
else is on
somebody's
here?
head.
Oh, well, hello, Tyler. How are you doing tonight, Tyler? All right.
Sorry, guys, I lost you for a second.
Next individual.
Preston Odell, Texas.
Preston Odell from Texas. All right. Well, everything is big. All right. And who else we have with us tonight?
Wolf is back.
Wolf is back. Okay. Wolf has the
I'm back.
The clan attack. I don't know. And this the woman's ladies right here. He got everybody with us. All right.
And
Bringing
Kevin.
the views. I'm sorry.
And
So we really get naked on this show, or what? Or is that just bluffing?
I don't know what it is, my brother. I really don't know.
I think I got in trouble last time I took my mask off. I better not take anything else
I
off.
think so. Don't do that because you're gonna have all the ladies drooling, and we don't need to get in trouble. You know.
No.
I'll
behave.
And then we have John from, I believe, Ferguson. I would like to say.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Would you like to introduce yourself, my brother?
I'm John James, long-time activist in Anon. Currently paying attention to everything going on in Ferguson, and here just to monitor what's going on and report back.
There you go. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. And of course, I am the one and only Aaron Goldberg, the one crazy mofo that's always here representing the family. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. Peace and love
paradise,
to
brother.
all.
I gotta like dip out for a second. I gotta talk to my other tech guy about something.
Is this the tech guy from Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, well, you go ahead and be excused and talk to your tech guy and me and Wolf and John and Preston from Big TX will handle everything until you come back, my brother.
All
right. So, topics tonight, guys. What are we? What's on everybody's mind tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm from Belgium. Just I follow a little bit what's going on there in the U.S. You know.
Oh yes, Kevin, right? If you didn't speak, I'm sorry. I forgot about you, Kevin. I didn't realize you were still with us. I didn't.
No problem.
Your name is Kevin, correct?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers tonight and ourselves?
Yeah, I'm Kevin. I did a couple times with this live stream. I'm an anonymous activist from Belgium, and I follow a little bit what you do, guys. You know, it's a great show what you do, and I follow a little bit. Some things I cannot talk about because everybody there in the United States has their own things. You know, they are difficult from. In Europe, you know, but
oh no, Kevin, you're more than welcome to explain anything. If you want to say "fuck America," you can say "fuck America." If you want to say
that's your freedom,
I love Belgium, you know, that's your freedom, man. That's the great thing about America.
I love America because I came back just from the United States. You know, I lived there, and
oh, okay.
That's a great place to visit. It's a great place to visit.
But they deported me out of the country. I can't for 10 years nuts in the United States.
That's fucked up.
Worried about them not
Heather,
letting you
Heather.
continue
Oh my
to be
God,
equal.
Aaron. Heather, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I see my sister. I love you, sis. I'm glad that you're with us tonight. Yes, Heather Lee. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, that's my fat ass finger covering the microphone, just going back and forth between my laptop and my finger. I mean, my phone. But yes, Kevin, please continue because you was the last one left out, and I completely forgot about you because
Yeah,
you were
what
so
I'm
quiet.
saying, you were talking about United States, but I lived there for 2 years. I was married there, but they deported me out of the country. I'm not allowed for 10 years,
Oh,
not in
those
the United
bastards!
States.
Don't worry. If you want to get married, I'll marry you. You can come
I
back
was
right now.
immigrant.
You can marry Aaron. He'll let you in,
Yeah,
and you won't be
yeah, I'll
deported no
marry
more.
you right now, ASAP, my brother. Don't
You might
worry.
have
You
to
can
have a
come
couple
back.
kids with him, but
Well,
it'll be all
maybe a
right.
little bit. As long as I'm the male and you're the female, don't
But
worry about it.
they deported me out the country. I cannot enter the United States for 10 years.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I would
For what's
like
the reasoning? Why'd they do that?
I would, yeah, I would definitely like to learn something about that. Absolutely, Wolf. Thank you for saying that.
Yes. Well, for what reasoning?
What happened there, Kevin?
Yeah, what happened there, because I had no passport or whatever, and they arrested me and they put me for 6 months in jail.
Oh, well, that's shitty. How'd you get here without a passport? Never mind. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I was married there, but it takes 10 years for a passport, for a visa or whatever, and they
Yeah,
put
it
me in.
does. Yeah.
But it's ridiculous what they did, everywhere, It's not only the United States, it's Europe too, it's everywhere, But yeah, I lost a lot of friends there in the United States, I love the country, I love the people, and that's the reason I follow you guys on this live stream too, also for learn about what's going on there.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for following us. Thank you very much for being a supporter from us. Thank you very much for doing your own thing in your own country and being part of Anonymous. We appreciate that. And we love you for that, brother. And
Every little part
we,
is just as important, brother.
Yeah, thank
absolutely.
you.
And we support you to the end, no matter what.
Thank you.
You know. So, Kevin, can you explain a little bit
Hmm.
about what's going on over there in Belgium with
Well,
your country?
Belgium, we do a lot of events, meetings. We come on the street. We do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, yeah. You have the hackers, of course, but we do a lot of activism too about cleaning streets. We help people, flyers out, stand-ons, meetings, awakenings
Is
for
there
the
is there
events.
anything? I'm sorry for cutting you off, Kevin, but is there anything specifically that's going on right now in your country that are you concerned about,
Yeah,
or your fellow
thanks.
brothers and sisters that is going on that the whole world needs to know about, to where
Well,
we can get involved and try to help you out?
we
Well,
cannot complain about our country, but the problem is the NATO is stationed here and in Brussels. The United Nations. It's stationed here in Brussels, in Belgium, and we try to
Oh, is
get
it
rid of
really?
it. Yeah, it's stationed here.
So did you hear about President Trump cutting off half of the money to the UN?
Yeah, no, I know, but the
Oh,
UN.
you
which I
did.
mean, we are 60% of the UN budget. That is something that we can talk about. Like, it's not, you can't have it both ways sometimes. And although the UN is
I'm
really
sorry, who's
important, but
speaking? Can you please acknowledge yourself for our viewers, please?
this is Terrence Daniels from STR, from Support the Revolution.
I'm sorry. Somebody else was talking in the
But
background. I hear.
It's
I think. I
Tyler. He
think.
needs
That's
to
I think.
Tyler.
mute.
I
Tyler's
think
off in La La Land over there.
Tyler's
uh,
in
Yeah,
a
I think he's doing his
speakerphone.
own thing.
I think somebody's gonna have to hit Tyler up and let him know that he's on speakerphone and
We've already
he's
tried.
interrupting our live feed. Sorry,
Can't we
people.
just talk louder than him or something?
Well, there you go. Start screaming. Yeah, there you go. But can you please explain? I'm sorry again. Whoever was speaking, can you speak about the UN and the fact that
The
Trump has cut 50% of the money to the UN and the
Yeah,
whole world
and
is worried about
that
this, please.
and I'm not defending his decisions in
No,
any
no, but
way,
who is
shape, or
this? I'm
form.
sorry.
But
Please recognize yourself.
this is Terrence from Support the Revolution.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Um, it comes. We are 60% of the UN budget.
Right.
60%, right? Like that does need to be evened out a little bit. I'm not saying that the numbers that he picked are correct, but what I am saying is it's not America's job to carry the world. We need to be in this together. In some of
Absolutely.
yeah,
these industries, it's like you're mad at the U.S., but at the same time, we're 60% of the budget. When
Right.
we're an equal where we should probably be about 20-30% of the budget. We have to
Absolutely. I
keep the
agree with you,
numbers,
brother.
but that's something that
UN
has
is
to
not
be.
safe.
Tyler, can you please get us off speakerphone and make sure when you speak to us that you speak correctly? Thank you, sir.
Well, we've already tried messaging him. He's not responding.
Yeah, apparently he's not. I'm just glad he's not on POF right now.
But like
Apparently
I'm
he's on
saying,
Discord
UN
though,
is
so maybe
not
I
safe, guys. Europe is under control of the UN.
This guy.
This is
Sorry for
happening
the
right now.
interruptions. Sorry for the interruptions, guys.
You might need to
this
take a
is,
break.
Apparently, another technical difficulty we're having before another plays out. Wolf, that's nothing new to us, right, brother?
Oh, I had to turn my camera off. I'm drinking coffee. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, we're all off in our own worlds right now. It's all right.
Yeah,
Figured if
But-
Tyler could do it, I can do it.
there you go.
That's
but
right.
but yeah, I absolutely agree. America should not be 60%. America should be 20-30. But that's one problem that we have with America is that we want to govern the whole country, the whole world.
Yeah,
The whole world.
that
We think
goes
we're the
along- that
largest
goes
global
along
power
with-
in the world right now.
And honestly, we should not be that way. We
Oh,
should
no,
let other
the
countries
veto-
have the ability to govern themselves, and if they need help, then
Well, and then the veto
let's
system that
join.
we have right now
You
is
know?
ridiculous. Like, no matter what happens, even if the rest of the world knows that something is right, we can veto it, no questions asked, and that doesn't work.
We
Right.
can,
That's how
but
we
yeah,
have
it
some of
doesn't.
the issues
Exactly.
that we've got with Palestine at the moment is because the rest of the world is saying, "Look, you guys are pushing
Palestine,
on
come
war
on, brother.
crimes."
Now you're hitting a soft subject. My last name is Goldberg.
But the problem-
I got my Israeli brothers and
Well, I don't think the
sisters
two
sitting
have
there
anything. I don't think the two have
taking,
anything to do with each other. The same way. The same way that I can.
They're
Oh, Lord.
The
killing
same-
innocent
this-
people. They're just they're doing the absolute wrong thing. But to be
Yeah,
honest,
so-
just because my last name is Jewish does not actually mean I'm from Israel. I was actually joking.
Well,
I'm actually a Russian Jew.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm
Well, I think
actually a
we
Russian
definitely
Jew,
put
not an
a-
Israeli Jew. So I think that makes a big difference for me, and especially for my listeners.
Well, and
to
I
where
think
they
we
don't
have
hurt.
the same
They don't
issue when it
hurt
comes
me.
to America. America. It's not America's fault that we're carpet bombing Syria. It's just America's fault that we're carpet bombing Syria. So I mean, there is, I'm not putting the Palestinian issue on every Israeli shoulders, but at the same time, it's on every Israeli shoulders. It's up
Well,
to
of
them to
course.
do something about it. The
Yeah,
same
of
way it's up to
course.
us to do something about it.
Right. It's up to for the protesting, for us to acknowledge that what our country and our government is doing is wrong, and as
Yeah,
long as
but-
we do that, but that's the problem with Israel is that everybody's
back
sitting there
to the-
saying that we're not wrong. Well, I'm sorry to sit there and tell you that's bullshit. You're wrong. When you're
Quiet,
sitting there,
quiet.
and
No
you-
more talk. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, we're sorry for the back feed, guys who's
Yeah.
watching the show right now. We
Yeah.
were not intended for Tyler to sit there and be on speakerphone and let you hear the echo.
The weird part is it only comes on when we're. It's like he's trying to do it. It only comes on when we're talking.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
not
say some
intended
good
for
shit.
tonight's
You got some
Like
controversy
as
perfect
soon
going
as we
on.
show.
stop talking, he goes quiet too.
Yeah, yeah. You know, this is funny. You know, so hopefully you guys
Oh
enjoy
God.
it. But if not,
We
you know how
apologize for the technical
you
difficulties.
know how anonymous Bites Bag does. You know what do we do, Wolf? We just
We do as we want.
Yeah, I don't
exactly.
want this. I don't want this to be easy. You know what I
This is
mean?
Yeah,
all
yeah,
free spirited, man. It's
yeah.
all natural.
It's not. But I'm curious with Kevin. Kevin, are you still with us, buddy,
Yeah,
from
I'm
Belgium?
still here. But what do you think about? Yeah, I'm still here.
No, no,
Kevin,
Kevin. Oh,
Yeah,
Kevin from
sorry.
Belgium. Can I would like to know more about how do you guys feel about the UN and what's
bad.
going on with Trump?
Every
What's going on
country
in
is
your country? Please, if you can please explain.
controlled. Every country is under control by the UN here,
Right.
and we are not agree with this because everybody has his own euros. Normally we have our own money, but because the UN they want to try like in uh, take the world over and take all countries, and we are against it. The headquarters is here in Belgium, and we want to shut down this thing because we pay more money. There are countries that's going down, like Greece, Spain, Portugal, other countries, and
Well, that's another story. I believe I brought up a couple shows ago how I believe that we're going to hit rock bottom when it comes to
the,
uh, depression. I believe the whole country's like the whole world is going to go into a depression, and they're going to blame Trump for it. But you
it's not
go
only
ahead.
Trump, but
That was
it's
shows ago for me. You know, in my opinion,
and who control the UN
I'm only
in
one
Europe,
person. So,
and
Kevin,
but
and
please
you're in
continue. Sorry, I
you're
it's
just
in
had
who
to
where in
throw that out
Belgium?
control
there.
the
Where in
UN
Belgium are
in
you?
Europe. It's the kings and the queens, all the big bankers, all that's here in Europe control all the kings and queens. We have a lot of kings and queens in all countries, and they control the UN. Also, the Bilderberg Club is involved with this. Um, and there are a lot of meetings here in Brussels, here in Belgium, France, in Zurich, and Switzerland, and Holland also too. But we don't like the UN, totally not. And
I think a lot of people don't like the UN, Kevin. To be
nobody.
honest, I really don't. I mean, the UN is sort of kind of like the white hats,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
it's
We just,
I wouldn't give
I
them that
mean,
much credit.
that
I
might
don't
be
give
a
them that
little
much
Yeah,
credit.
out
I
there.
think
yeah.
their heads are blue.
I'd have to say, with the nightmare that we live in today, if you look at human rights abuses, if you look at child slavery, if you look at trading in people, at poaching, the UN has done such a horrible fucking job at it. You're hard up to say that they would
yeah,
have that white hat, version. Like the only time that we've seen them even look like they're working for the people was in Kosovo. What that was 20
Right,
years ago. You know,
right. Absolutely, John. Yeah, absolutely correct,
yeah,
brother.
I'm agree.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't see if we were seeing what the UN's supposed to be, that these countries all work together like the League of Nations had done, that we would work together to stop some of those things. But it seems like they're even more prevalent with the UN than without the UN.
All right, so let me ask you a question, John. So, do you agree, even though we're not into politics and we're totally against it, but
Oh,
do
I
you
am. I'm into
agree?
politics hardcore.
Okay, you're
I'm
into
into
politics.
politics.
Okay, well, some of us are not. But that being said, that you are. Let me ask you a question. So, do you agree with Trump cutting 50% budget from the UN?
Well,
Yeah,
look, I
I think
agree that I agree. Look, just
this.
because they're your enemy, don't discount their good ideas, right?
Hmm.
Don't discount your enemy's good ideas just because they're your enemy. And that's
Right.
where we get into, those kind of things where, yes, there is changes that need to be made in how the U.S. funds other organizations and how those organizations work. Is how Trump did it probably the worst way to go about it, and the only people that it'll truly benefit are the other billionaires that are standing in the room with him? Oh yeah, 100%, right?
Right.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that we do need to change how international funding of these organizations works, and so it's not all on the U.S.'s shoulders. You know, we do, but on the same note, it needs to be. We can't have that 100% veto on the top of it. That no matter what happens, we can veto it, regardless of whether it helps the world or doesn't help the world. So I
So
do think we
John,
need to go into it a little more evenly.
right. If you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind being honestly, do you live in America?
Yeah. I'm an American. I live in the States
Oh,
for, I'd
okay.
say, 6 months out of the year. The rest of
Uh,
the year, I'm a New Zealander over in Europe.
Nice. You know, I got a really good friend over mine, and that's a New Zealander, and we were just talking about today about the school public system and how school is unfair over here in America, and it's not
Oh, it's
equal.
insanity. It's
You
insanity.
know, when it comes
And that's
to,
one of the that's one of the
the
reasons I
rich,
can't.
the rich kids, they want better tables, better flooring. One of the matter of fact, his son was going to a school trying to get into a gifted school, and he was saying, Aaron, this school had 65-inch screen televisions within the hallway.
Right. But it's
and
because
and
our school systems are run by our taxes. So if you live in a great neighborhood, you got $1 million house, you pay a
right.
lot more in taxes than someone
Right.
that lives
And,
in
and,
the
and
hood. You don't
those
have a house at all. You pay
individuals and
everything.
those individuals don't want their children going to school with so-called low-income children.
As if it's
Well,
contagious
I
or
mean, our
something.
school systems have to be revamped so that they're not connected to our property taxes. When it comes to public school, it should be one fund across the entire country.
Well,
You
that's like
shouldn't
New
go your
Zealand.
public school and yeah, exactly. And
You
there's
know,
plenty of
and that's
there's
the thing
plenty of
about and
differences.
that's the thing about America. It's like uh, honestly, I really don't see our system as far as schooling is going to change anytime soon. To be honest, and I live in
Well, look,
America.
if you think that it's not set up that way,
Oh
I would
no, it
have to
is set
definitely
up that way.
disagree.
No, it
New
is set up
Zealand's
that way.
education system, because their populations are so small, they need well-educated people for the country to work correctly.
But it's
America works on keeping its people as ignorant as possible. Right? As soon as you
well,
start being
absolutely.
educated, you don't make good slaves anymore. So I
But
mean,
we
the system
can't.
is set up to hold you down.
But we can't sit here and say it's only based on population because New Zealand is smaller than America. So let's say that the quota, the is proportionate compared to our proportion of citizens compared to New Zealand is completely different. But as far as New Zealand is ran, no, they're they're systematically correct. Everybody gets the same justice as far as children are concerned, and that was an issue I had today with my friend that we was talking about. We was agreeing that America is like, if you have money, you're gonna get a better education. You know, um, and to me that's wrong. Being an American, everybody, because it doesn't matter if you're in a low income, a medium income, a higher income, that you know every child should not be discriminated from their gifted talents. You understand what I'm saying? And you saying that you live 6 months here, 6 months in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure you completely understand.
Well, I mean, there's reasons why I live over there, and that's definitely one of the reasons. But this is systematic, right? Our education system is set up to leave the poor out on purpose. And I think that's something that people tend to look by. You look at it and say, oh, it's wrong, as if it's not set up to be that way. It actually works exactly how they set it up, right? Exactly how they would like it to do it. They
Oh,
want you
of
not to
course.
be able to afford to go to that school. They want you to be less
Absolutely.
than educated because you make a better worker,
Yeah,
right? That's their
absolutely.
plan.
Yeah,
So I think when it when
absolutely.
it when it comes to looking at the American system, you have to look at it as if it's working the way that it's supposed to, and then see how we can undo that nightmare, right?
All
If you
right.
live in a poor
So
neighborhood, you have poor education. That should not be the case.
right, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. So you being 6 months here, 6 months over there, let me ask you a question. What is some things that we can do to try to change it? Do you think that we can sit there and vote for, because in America we vote for the public system, and people into it to vote. Is that one thing? What is it that we can do as Americans to make a change when it comes to public education, to where everybody can sort of kind of have an equal.
Well, I mean, look, that was what we've now stepped away from. If you look what Bernie Sanders was running on, what Jill Stein was running on, a lot of that had to do with changing our tax code, with changing, the how our higher education works. I'm not funding religious schools over our public school system. There's quite a few ways that we have to fix this system because it is set up the way that it is. The way that it is.
All right,
But number
so
one would be removing it from our housing taxes, like removing it from our
can you please
property taxes.
Can you please explain some ways in case people don't understand? Can you please give some reference into what is it that we can do in case some people don't understand?
Well, like right now, our housing, like the number one thing I personally would say would be the tax problem. So our current public schools are paid for by your property taxes. So if you live in a good, middle class neighborhood, you pay a lot more in taxes. That money goes to your school. If you live in a
Right.
neighborhood where you don't own your own house, right, your school gets gets no money.
Right.
And that's wrong. Like we should pay, we pay an education fund. Everybody's schools get the same education,
Absolutely.
have the same amount of funding, and that would be like step one. But a lot of our programs and systems are set up. Look, that's what gerrymandering is all about. A lot of these systems are, look, if you live in a poor neighborhood, look, we're not going to hire you for a job. We're not, like, that system is all kind of, we're not going to let you into college because that's what your address is.
Right.
Those are other issues that go along with it. But standardizing our education system, that should have been done ages ago, right? The Romans had
Well, of
standardized
course.
education.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
It's,
but there are, separating that from, whether we're going to include colleges into that scheme is important too. But I would say number one is getting it away from our property taxes. It shouldn't
Okay,
be
so
by your
all right,
property
so
tax.
property tax, it is from John, aka half American, half New Zealand. Kevin, over there
yeah,
in Belgium, how's it going on over there, brother? Can you
but
please explain what's going on with the school and education over there as far as kids is
but
concerned in
here
Belgium, please?
we cannot complain about Belgium here. We have not like you guys have like the Democrats and the Republicans.
Right.
With us, it's all we have more 7 different kinds of things, but we have a free healthcare.
Oh my
If
God, yeah, that's another issue that we
we,
have over here in America too.
Yeah, nobody can
Yeah.
around here can pay to stay alive.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you go to a hospital, we pay maybe $400 for the ride for the hospital things, and
Right.
and and in America, is it almost how much? It's a lot there. Here we
Yeah,
have
you don't even like. We can't
are
even
the
like really
kids
recognize it. It's like, oh, what's $400 over there? I don't know, man. 10 grand, 20 grand.
right?
How
So
much you got?
It's the same. It's the same.
are the kids equal? I
Yeah,
mean, is everybody equal when it comes to, because in New Zealand, like John was saying, everybody's equal, and that was like me and my friend were talking about today. That was from New Zealand. Everybody's equal when it comes to education. Is it the same in Belgium? Is
yeah,
everybody equal when it comes to the education system?
yeah. It's
This
it's,
is
it's
this is my
we have
this
not
is
a
my
bad
question.
system, but
This is my
yeah,
my question for Kevin. As somebody that's been deported from America,
yeah,
right? And when I was in Belgium, even people that on a daily basis, because they're not racist against African Americans,
no,
they were more than apt to talk about the racism against Middle Easterners, against refugees, against people
yeah.
that are
We
coming
have,
in. How
but
do you feel about that? And that's taken over you guys as government, right? That
yeah,
same far right that you see the Trump in
we have
America, that's taken over in Europe too.
we have a big immigration problem. Yeah, that's true, and that's a little bit the problem here in Belgium too. Our own people, they don't care a lot about us. We cannot complain, but the, I'm feeling bad for these people too. That these immigrants from the Middle East that come with the families because these wars are because the UN and United States and China and Russia, whatever, because all these people they have no houses, they come all to here, and the government more care about these people than our own people. That's a little bit the problem here. And we help a lot of people. I'm not a racist. I'm nothing against the two Middle East people. Totally not, or Muslims,
So
whatever.
you're not against blacks and you're not against sand blacks, right?
No, no.
Okay.
That was
And
a very interesting way to put that, brother.
And Belgium,
I
and
just
Belgium
wanted
too.
to specify for our viewers, you're
Was
not
that the
just blacks
politically
or
correct?
sand
Was that the
blacks.
politically
Right.
correct wrong
And
person?
Belgium has
saying
more
that?
of 200.
Yeah, that was cleaned up for elementary school there
Thank
for a
you,
minute.
thank you, John. I appreciate
But
that.
Belgium have more of 200 kinds of different nationalities. It's more, yeah, they call everybody lives here. It's black, white, whatever, if you're green or yellow,
All
whatever.
right, so have you noticed a more influctuation in refugees since Trump, or did you notice a more influctuation in refugees with Obama?
Before,
So with Obama.
before we
Oh,
had
even before. So with Bush.
yeah, with Bush, then it
Oh,
started
wow.
a big problem. Yeah,
Oh, really? Because
yeah.
I got family. Me personally, I have family in Germany. Um, and a lot of my family does not like Merkel. And
No. She take everything, and she take the radical Muslims. We against radical Muslims. We have nothing against Muslims if they learn our language and
right,
they do all the they don't build mosques everywhere or
right,
whatever.
absolutely.
But she take all the radicals in, and that's the big problem. And then then they're gonna complain. Yeah, they are attacked in Germany, in Brussels, in Paris. Yeah, that's all the fault from Merkel and some other politicians. And then they're gonna complain from there's a terrorist attack. But then I say from guys, it's your own fault. Don't take them in. Take the normal people in,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
we chose them.
I totally agree. Do I think America is a little high strung on guns? I think we're a little
We
high
have no
strung
guns.
on guns. No, yeah, I know
We,
you don't, but I'm going. I'm getting there, Kevin. Just bear with me for 1 second.
yeah,
America is very high strung on guns and the Second Amendment right and everything like this.
but
And I think sometimes it affects us. Honestly, I believe in the gun amendment. My family owns guns. I personally can't because I'm a convicted felon.
but I'm for
But
this. I'm for the right to burn arms.
right,
Here
but
in
to have
Europe, we
an
cannot have guns.
M60,
We
but
cannot
to have
protect
an
ourselves.
M60 as an American citizen, I think that's a little extreme.
Yeah,
There's no reason for you to have an M60. I mean,
but
I'm
I lived in
sorry.
Oklahoma for 2 years too, and you see the crime about like where they break in and people or whatever. Like in United States, you can protect yourself, and
Right.
crime is lower there. Here we have a lot of people that break in, and we cannot protect ourselves, and that's a problem.
Really?
It's always the
Really?
radical Muslim. Yeah, we cannot have guns. They take the guns away after the World War II.
Oh no,
They
that's
take
no
all the
good.
guns
That's
away.
no good. That's no good. I don't know. From
We
my
cannot
point of
protect
view, that's
ourselves.
no good. I don't know about the viewers, but for me, nah. I think Aaron is a son of a bitch. I believe in protecting yourself with a gun. I think you
Yeah.
need to protect your family and your
Yes.
own. And
I'm for this. Really, I'm for this thing because it's not a bad thing because the crime is much lower, and everybody say here in Europe about America, yeah, they have guns. They're in the South and Texas and Oklahoma where I lived. Everybody
right,
had a gun, and and I saw the crime is lower. But when I'm now here in Europe, and they say always America, but they have guns and so much. Murders and all that's what the media say, but I lived there and I
right,
saw a totally different story, and
right,
we need guns, and
right.
everybody say here
All
America
right. You
bad
need
is bad.
guns. All right. Hey, Wolf, where you at, brother? Wolf, where you at?
He's muted right now.
Wolf, are you with us or you AFK?
Is
Wolf, are you with us
I'm
or
here.
are you
I'm here.
AFK?
Sorry, I
Oh,
was
you are?
muted, but I'm
Okay,
here.
all
I'm
right.
listening. I'm
Well,
having technical
our fellow
difficulties
brother
with my
needs some
connection.
guns over there in Belgium. I'm saying me and you need to go over there and we need to you know, we need to start a group,
You
man.
try to get me into some international arms dealing over here,
Well, I don't know. If we can make money, fuck it, let's do it, right?
right? Way to do it.
You
it's
know,
illegal, it's good.
I got my fair
we
share of
have
guns. I'm a big
fellow
fan of
brothers and
those.
sisters that need our help over there in Belgium. I think we need to set up an op, you know, and help our fellow brothers and sisters out, man.
We do indeed. Why not?
Yeah,
The world needs to stand up for the world. It's our duty to do so.
absolutely,
I'll strap up. Let's do this. Let's go to
You
Belgium. Let's
know,
take our guns. I got a couple. I'll give you some.
and you know, and we haven't heard much from you neither. So I'd like to hear something from you too, Wolf. I mean, we got followers over here that love to hear your voice, that love to see you. So you know,
I've
I
been
would love
told
to
our
hear
video's
something
not
from
up,
you
so I
as
kind of
well.
turned my camera off. But
So
I'm
do you have your
here.
camera off? Would you
Yeah, I
like
got
to
my
turn it
camera off.
on? Would you
And
like
are
to
we
turn
having
on
video?
the? I don't know. Do we? I mean, you can turn on video if you want, brother.
People told me the video ain't up, so I got over it. I just moved
Oh
on.
yeah, no, I think you're able to hit the video camera and have your pretty face shown for everybody.
Oh, no, you don't want my face,
Well,
but
see,
here
cause
you
I'm
go.
ugly. I'm ugly. That's why nobody likes me, and
Hey, is
that's why I
that
only
better?
got
Can you
100
see me?
friends.
Can I see?
It's
Cause
more
I can
view.
see.
I'm just so ugly.
Good. I'm here. Here you are. I'm here. Sorry for being absent. So we're talking guns now, huh? Okay. Got my attention.
There we go. There we go. At least I got your attention now.
You got my attention. We're here. I've been here the whole time. I'm having technical difficulties with my system. My internet went down there for a little while. That's why I was
Oh, did
muted
it?
and kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they was trying to hack into your main personal account again, and you lost your main account, and you was just
No
working on
fuckers.
socks.
No, they took another sock away from me though this morning. I woke up and
Did
I
they
was like,
really?
no. Yes, another sock was down.
Another
That's
sock
like
went
4
down.
this week.
Oh my god,
Mhm. It's worse than
man!
my washing and dryer, dude.
You
Eat my socks all day.
you got some issues, brother. You got some issues.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just out here doing my thing,
Yeah,
pissing
you
people
know,
off.
I'm just glad that I'm not homosexual, man. Because if you was my boyfriend, you know, I'd have issues.
Oh God. All right. Well, I'm kind of glad I'm not
Yeah,
your boyfriend.
the
I guess
fact that
that's a
you
good
get
thing.
the fact that you get taken down all the time, you know, I'd be like, no,
Dude,
he's only
sorry.
going down on me. You know?
He's only going down on me. No. I'm not going down on nobody. Maybe somebody. Maybe, but not
You're
you, brother.
you're just going down on the internet.
Yeah, just go
Oh,
down
there
on
we
the
go,
internet. Just go down with
Preston.
Facebook.
Hey,
Thank you.
my man,
Just
Preston.
Facebook. They don't like me
Thank
on
you
there.
for
They got a
talking.
problem.
Yeah, Preston. Sorry, Preston from Texas. Yes, we have Preston. I apologize, Preston. I totally forgot about you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Do you have any input
Can
on
you guys hear me
any of the
again?
subjects that we are talking about?
Yeah, don't get involved in international arms dealing. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's definitely not a good idea.
I think the U.S. has that
Right.
market
I
cornered
agree
already.
with you on that. And,
Yeah, that's their job. Don't mess with their
And
business.
I got
it's
guns,
something that's
but
always
I'm gonna stay
bothered
out of
me,
that.
right? That America, and I forget, I always say that it's for, but I'm not 100% which
Oh my
financial
Lord.
magazine it was. But they put America as the biggest drug dealer and the biggest arms dealer on the planet. Man,
Well, I
we are
think
the
we
only
are.
drug dealer and arms dealer on the planet that can't make a fucking profit. It's like the only two things that the
Russia
world
too.
wants.
Also.
Well, it's all black budgets. They're making money. You just don't get
Even if
any
it
of
was,
it. You don't
even if it
know.
was black budget, how many trillions of dollars are we in the hole? You don't think you could help us out just a little bit?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be so upset about you spending so much money on your black budget if we were seeing some of the profit.
Yeah, give us free health care with all that money.
Yeah,
Like
no
I'm
shit.
not,
Be all
I'm
right
not,
with it.
I'm not
No
agreeing
shit.
with the fact that they're selling guns and drugs. That is inherently wrong. But if you're gonna sell drugs and guns, you might as well be making a fucking profit. It's insanity.
Oh, we got that background talk again. Look out.
Yeah,
Yeah, there he goes again.
that's Tyler talking about
He still hasn't muted
algorithms
it?
and shit. Yeah,
I think
Nah.
he usually
Oh.
get
No.
it from you.
That's
Does
Tyler.
anybody have like his actual phone number where you could send him a message?
I'm sorry, I
I
couldn't
wish.
hear you.
No, I
Tyler,
don't have
shut
his
up,
actual phone number.
We
fucker.
could just log out of the call, and then if he's watching the feed, he'd
I
wonder what
don't know,
happened.
man. Maybe
He's
I can kick him
guaranteed
out.
he's not watching the
I don't
feed.
know. Maybe I can kick him out. You know? No, I'm sorry. I'm not even I'm not even an editor on this page. Can you believe that shit, guys? Can you believe that shit? I'm not even an editor on this page. I've been on the show for what 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I'm not even an
I've been on the
editor.
show since
You
episode
know,
1, bro. Don't feel
you know,
That's
bad.
because
I
you're
think
like
All right.
acting
I
host, not
think
editor.
everybody
Host
needs
isn't
to. I
editor.
think everybody needs to message. Anonymous Spice back. Put Aaron as an editor so he can kick fuckers out. And make some sense. I don't know. No,
He's
I'm
got to
only
learn
kidding.
mic discipline.
Yeah, Mike Discipline. There you go.
I'm happy being a guest. You know what I'm
All
saying?
y'all need discipline. All y'all.
Oh,
All
do
y'all
we
need
need
have
discipline in
a
your life.
lady? Oh, do we
All
have a
y'all.
lady?
I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm reading. What did I just hear you guys talking about a second ago
oh
about
my
I don't
going
know.
God.
down or something? I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Anytime
Here
I
we
come
go.
in, it's
Twitch,
consensual.
twitch,
I don't
twitch,
know what the
twitch.
problem
Can you
is.
please acknowledge yourself and let our viewers know who you are and why you're speaking?
Oh, sorry. My name is Rosie,
Well,
and
hello, Rosie.
I'm also
What up,
involved in all
girl?
this fuckery. I'm good.
Love the fuckery.
A lot of fuckery. I ain't even lying tonight, guys. I wasn't gonna hit the call button, but I wanted to go over some of the topics we had discussed earlier
What were
Yes.
because I think they really. Yeah, I'm like a tornado or what? Am I like a tornado? I'm getting that tornado feel today.
No, you're not a tornado. You just you keep shit on point. That's what you do, love.
I'm fucking
Well, yeah,
on.
because
I'm
we get.
on
I'm gonna be
point.
honest.
You
We
are
get
I'm
you are
very
honest.
on
distracted
point.
very
That's
easily.
it.
No, I'm not saying you guys are distracted. I'm not over here being
Oh, I'm
fucking
saying
Uyghur fag or anything.
it.
Don't have you fucking asses. No. Okay, so is John on?
John is yes. John is with us.
Okay, sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
only.
I'm not
I want.
John. I'm Terrence.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I wanted him to come on and talk about Ferguson because there's a lot of stuff going on in Ferguson right now again, and it's something that we really should talk about. But we can talk about too the other police incidents. Did anybody have any in their town that they wanted to talk about?
I'm having major technical difficulties. I didn't hear a word you just said. I heard
yeah.
wolf. That's
I
it.
don't
Well,
have
you guys. I
technical
mean, I know
difficulties like
it's
Wolf.
been pretty like
I
trending.
don't have
Is
shit
that
going on.
ex Air Force guy that gets shot pulling his that gets shot with his wallet in his hand? Um,
Oh yeah.
It's another one of those one of those instances where the police just show up and start blasting without even knowing what's going on. And when you see on the way out, the other police give like the cop that shot this kid, um, some sort of moral support while the other guy is literally like writhing on the ground in pain. Like, okay, it's all right, buddy. Like it's
Let's
just
go tell the cop it's okay.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, good job. I mean, and
You got
like I
some
said,
paid
it's one of those
vacation for that.
instances. The guy gets out of the car, hands up in the air with his wallet in his hand, and yeah, they try to fill him full of holes. And I'm pretty sure that it's several shots. They just get lucky that our police departments are such horrible fucking shots that they didn't kill him.
They're also fucking afraid. They don't even know what they're aiming at half the time. They just
Oh
jump
yeah,
out and start shooting.
Well,
I've had plenty of guns pulled on me. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
direction.
settle down. You're shaking, sir. Let's put your
right.
gun away.
That's what got Ferguson all in their uproar in the beginning was because they shot and executed Mike Brown back in August of
Right.
2014.
Well, and
He
I
was
know
an
there's
unarmed civilian, but despite all this argument whether or not Mike Brown was a good person or a thug or whatever else, I
He was
just
on
want
his
to point out
knees.
again, a cop executed an unarmed civilian. These
yeah,
are the
and that's
facts.
the deal.
And he
like
was getting away
once
with it.
the look,
It's an
there's
abuse
rules
of
to the game.
power.
John,
Once you're
An abuse
once
of
you're
power.
hands,
I'm sorry for interrupting, but John, if you please interrupt, John, we would like you to go to the Ferguson.
Yeah.
So if you want these guys to just let them continue what they're doing,
Oh,
please,
sorry about that.
and then after that, we can go ahead and cut to you and get to the main subject of Ferguson,
Well, and there is
which is great because you have a lot of information. You have a lot of
Yes.
truthful information that needs to be put out there, and a lot of things that need to be said. So if they have a personal opinion, please let them continue, and then we'll go ahead and jump to you with facts and let our viewers know what's going on out there in Ferguson, if you don't mind, my brother, please.
Well,
All good.
I know we just had a documentary release that kind of disputes the, you know, the robbery claim that he was a bad guy and this and that. And, you know,
Stranger
it's
days.
important to know, look, there's rules to this game, right? And whether he strung on them into a pack of cigarettes or whatever of cigarellos, and whether he was, you know, facing away from you with his hands in the air in the middle of the street are completely two separate issues. You know, if the deal was that, you know, he needed to be charged with a robbery, then he needed to be charged with a robbery, not summary executed in the street. Right. And that's like they try to paint this picture. Well, it was okay that he was a bad guy. Look, once your arms are up, the game's over. You know what I mean? Like that's
Absolutely.
it. Now, if there's people out there where, you know, they are going to shoot back and they are going to do all of those things, then that's a different story. But even if you're running, once your hands are up and you're like, look, I give up, that's it, man. You don't get to summary execute somebody, whether they're a bad guy or not. That's why we have a justice system. Right?
Well,
You're not
unfortunately, in America, you know, even with your hands up, you know, it's like they still love to shoot because that's how our police department is taught. It's a militarized fucking system.
But it's like
Police
now.
are
I know
police
you
are
guys
actually.
know from the other you know interviews. I'm ex-military, right? And that's not the case. That's not how we're taught to engage people, and that's not like we don't come out of our vehicles with our guns hot like that, right?
So,
we're not.
Well, and if you're
You know, it's like the
ex-military, then you
opposite of military
understand.
training.
Police are actually
I'm sorry,
taught.
go
Police
ahead,
are actually
please,
taught.
Rose, go ahead.
Police are actually taught not to trust us, and I think that's a big issue. And I think that the police being taught not to trust us actually affects everybody whole, because when they go out to these situations, there's always that assumption of danger, and I can understand that. But in the situation where a civilian is unarmed, there's an excessive use of force being used. And that has to be taken care of. There's so many murders every year of unarmed people with cops now, and it's getting out of control.
Rose, you know, for you saying that, you know, I had a friend out here in Virginia Beach. He was a Virginia Beach sheriff deputy, okay, and he was part of the CO program within the jail system of Virginia Beach. And you know what they're taught is this, you know, John. I don't know. You apparently you disagree, you know, but this is what he was taught. You know, they're taught to shoot first, brother. You know, and let's unload this clip. And let's shoot. Everything is shoot first.
Can you
ask questions later?
Sorry,
Oh yeah, and there's been times where there'll be shooting going on. I remember one of these videos, and this guy's like, "Oh, shots fired! He had a gun." He's like, "Yeah, that's your gun. Those are your shots. You're the one that's fucking shooting." You know, we're like they're so disconnected with what's going on that you know they're just blasting without even thinking about the situation.
That's why I disagree with you when you sit there and say that. We are not taught to shoot first and ask questions later.
Can I say?
I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
Sorry,
ahead,
guys.
Kevin,
I want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead, brother.
There's a difference in the United States. Here in Europe, the cops here, they don't shoot you. We don't have. We are not armed, you know. But we have the right for protest, and they cannot shoot you. Also, if we throw a brick to them or whatever, they cannot shoot you. Only what they can do is spraying pepper spray or tear gas, pepper spray.
Yeah. Kevin, you know,
they do that too. They do that too.
Well, they do that too, but you know, that was me, my friend, that we was talking about, like in the Netherlands and New Zealand, like John, that most police officers don't have hand weapons.
Like they just can't shoot you
Here
because
too.
they don't have guns.
They don't
Like,
have
I can
weapons.
Yeah,
run back
here
and forth
too.
to the store. I could live my life with no fear of being executed by the police, and they don't have any of those like weird hangups. And
But
the
the
weirdest
problem,
situation that I've ever been in,
but the
right,
problem is, but I think
is
the
they
problem,
were having like a breathalyzer test coming into Wellington. You know, so
but
the
the
police
problem
had
I
to go
think
in, they
also the
breathalyze.
United States,
Um,
lot of people are armed in the United States, and
Oh
it's I
yeah,
think
yeah,
the
yeah.
True.
You're
reason
right, Kevin.
the
Yeah, of
cops
course.
the
Yeah, a lot
cops
of
more
us. Yeah, we got a lot of guns over
the
here.
I'm in
cops
Yeah,
an
we
and the
do.
law
open carry.
enforcement are
I'm in an
scared.
open carry state. I mean, for example, like I told you guys earlier this week, I posted on my page.
Oh,
They
I'm
were
sorry.
serving a
Can you
warrant
please
or
explain
something.
that, Rose? Because I don't recall. So for our viewers
Oh,
that did not listen
earlier
to you
this week.
before, so please explain it.
No problem. Earlier this week, they were serving a warrant or something across the street. I get a knock on the door, and of course, I'm smoking weed. My boyfriend goes to the front door and looks through it, and it's a whole bunch of cops. That we ain't answering. Well, they had snipers drawn at a house, you know, and if the bullets fly, they're not even clearing paths. You know, I had my kids in the house.
Like
They
Right.
have guns drawn less than 10 feet from
Yeah,
my
that's
front door.
bullshit.
You know, and
here they
well,
go
it's
and some of
ridiculous.
these,
You
I
know.
mean,
Yeah, I
they'll
got
shoot
kids
through your
too.
3-year-old kid
Absolutely.
to get
Fuck
you know
them.
somebody down the street. It's like the
Yeah, I mean, there was literally anywhere from 8 to 12 cop cars. Not even an exaggeration. I even took pictures. I opened the door after they walked away, and fucking, if I had enough battery, I would have went live, been like, "Look at this fuckery," you know.
Man,
But
I'm sorry. Is that in America? Because that sounds
yeah,
like America.
this is in Arizona. Arizona has really loose open carry
I'm
laws,
only
and
fucking
because
with
anybody
you
can,
you,
always
sis.
feel
yeah,
that way
I'm
when
only
you
fucking
hear
with
this
you,
stuff. I'm like,
sis. Yeah,
was this
definitely
in
sounds like
America?
America.
That doesn't
yeah, no,
sound
it's
like America to me.
yeah,
Come on.
it's the wild west out here, guys.
Yeah, no, I lived in Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma for 2 years, and I know there. And in Texas, they are
Yep.
all armed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm armed too, but I mean, I don't know how many people were in the other house. They weren't even clearing people on the block, and I'm like, dude, you guys have guns drawn.
Yeah,
You're not even evacuating neighbors.
No, they
Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
They'll
I'm
fill your
no,
neighborhood full of holes.
that's a good thing
Yeah,
because we want our guns back in Europe. We want them back, but you see it here. The cops are not armed. They cannot shoot you. It's a
Yeah,
good thing and a
that's what
bad
I'm
And
thing.
that's
saying.
something
Like
that
you
we've,
Crime.
you know, there
can't.
was always, I would have conversations with people in England, with people in New Zealand, and they'd ask, you know, why do you guys need all of these guns? And I'd say, look, in New Zealand, there is no chance that your government is going to kick in
No,
you and your family,
yeah, here
right? In
too.
England, there's
Right,
very little
right,
chance the
right,
government is going to kick in your door and shoot you. In
right.
America, fuck yeah, they
It
do it all
will
the time.
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
You know, so
definitely,
it's not
I've been in
definitely.
raids
like our
a few times.
government
That
is
shit gets
so
crazy.
tyrannical in how it deals
it
with our
does get crazy.
citizens. It
This shit gets
seems
crazy.
insane.
They start throwing shit through your windows, start kicking down your doors, coming
Well,
zip tying people, pointing
I'm in
guns
a
at your
seedless
face.
state.
Oh yeah,
I'm in a
why?
seedless state. My
Because
house
this
smelled like
local
weed. I
oil
was like,
company
holy
would like
fuck.
your land.
Hold on, I'm sorry, Rose. What did you say, love? I'm sorry.
I said,
I didn't hear
said
you.
I'm in a seedless state, and I mean, they knock on my door and it smells like weed. They already have guns drawn on the
Seedless.
neighbors. I'm like, holy fuck, you could have got 10
Explain
years.
that, please,
Welcome
to
to
people
Belgium and
that
Holland.
don't
It's legal.
understand that, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here in Arizona, I mean, the laws for marijuana are really strict. You can get 10 years for like less than a gram.
But
So I mean,
and no,
it's
That's serious
crazy.
shit right there.
but in Belgium is it
Yeah,
not
that's
legal?
insane.
It's not legal, but we can smoke inside your house without children. There are no children in
So it's
the area or whatever.
decriminalized.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think that
only what
they
you can
can
do,
have up to an ounce in.
and
in
and they
Well,
can, and
I'm
yeah, and
glad that I decided to grow my 180
every
plants in different homes over
yeah,
10 years ago.
every citizen in Belgium can grow one plant in the house, but it's only
That's
for
what's
own
up.
use. But it's still not legal. Oh yeah, it's legal in your house, but not illegal out your house. But in Holland, you know, you have the coffee shops, and then you smoke everywhere that you want. But and you see the crime is lower because you don't see a lot of dealers, drugs dealers, whatever, and you
That's
see the
because you
crime
don't have
is
all the Mexicans, right?
No,
it
no, it's
doesn't
not.
create
Nah, I'm only
black
kidding.
market
I'm
that
only
it
kidding.
They got
I'm
those
only
mafias
kidding,
over
man.
there,
It was,
shit, bro.
it
It gets
was, it
crazy.
was,
we
it
grow
was,
itself, and it's better, man. Believe
it
me.
was only a joke. It was only a joke. I was only
I'm
joking.
The
It was
biggest
only
the
joking.
biggest threat on
Shame
our
on
streets right
you.
now is the government. Yeah, the biggest threats on the street right now are the government.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it always has been. You know? Like our founding fathers were totally warning of us of this.
Well,
Yeah.
when somebody goes to jail for a plant, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it makes me want to revolt 10 times harder.
Well, I mean,
Right, and they
you
child
know,
molesters don't even touch jail time.
I've signed a petition of this one girl that went on, you know, this petition signed, and she was like, "Look, my dad had, you know, not even 75 plants, and can you please sign my petition to free my dad?" And this was while Obama was in office, and of course, I'm going to sign it. I mean, I mean, this is something that was created on Earth, you know, and he's getting more time than people that are, you know, distributing heroin
The
or
craziest-
child
True.
pedophilia.
Child molesters,
you
child
know?
molesters are getting less time than somebody that was caught with marijuana. And it's not even the amount that's an issue; it's the fact that it's marijuana in
The
general.
cra-
Pharmaceutical companies do
craziest thing-
10 times more harm to your body and the addiction than marijuana could. They're legal. These people are still walking the streets. They're selling
of
them. These legal
course,
drug
and,
dealers.
and like
That's
I
the
and,
deal,
and
right?
like I said before,
I don't
you know,
know
I was
if
addicted to these pharmaceutical companies. You know, I was one I'm disabled, and I had all this free medication to all these great pills. Granted, they were great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they were,
The
but
craziest thing, sorry I interrupt you, but the craziest thing what ever happened when I go to, 3 years ago when I go to the United States, you know, for meet my wife, whatever.
right.
I came in the airport, and then we go to the Quick Trip there, and I buy me beer.
Right.
I do it open. I go outside, and two cops are standing there, and they come to me. You cannot have an open container. So what the fuck?
Nope, you
Yeah,
Are you
can't.
that
Not on the
kidding me?
streets.
But did
exactly.
you let me go? And he say, "From we can arrest you for this. You go to jail for this." So what? But we in Belgium, we can drink open containers. We can drink on the
Yeah.
street.
Well,
And
just like Spain
yeah,
too.
so what the fuck?
Spain, you can have open containers too.
That was ridiculous. And in Belgium, you can do this if you are not too drunk. You cannot do you on a breathalyzer, but the laws were still different for me when I go to the United States. Oh my God, fuck! And when they arrested me, when they deported me out the
Oh, they
country,
arrested you for it, Kevin?
yeah, no, for they arrested me because I had no passport and I had two grams of pot with me, and I walk away, and this one cop,
I'm
he
sorry,
shoot,
I don't understand patrony.
and
he
he
had
you
some
please
some
explain?
weed with him.
I don't know what patrony.
He had some weed with him.
and I had no passport or whatever, and this one guy he wanted to arrest me, and he shoot 2 times in the sky from. Now you, and the third time you go in line, lay down, or you are gonna shoot. So what the fuck, man?
Oh wow.
Got hardcore with it. Damn.
You see, that's that bullshit, bro. That's
They
that
put me 6
American
months in
bullshit.
jail.
How do you make a pussy an asshole? You give him a gun and a
6
badge.
months in jail, and Texas will make a whole.
Wolf, yeah.
What?
Thank you for your input. Well,
Yes.
yes, you're correct.
Pissing me off. The fucking cops.
Yeah, you're right, but you know that's how it is out here.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
fucking bullies, dude.
You
Bunch
know.
of fucking.
Yeah, it's just- it
Sorry,
shouldn't be
Kevin.
that
Go
way.
ahead, continue, my
Pardon my
brother.
French.
Yeah, it was crazy stuff, you know, and the laws were different, and the cop was they were rude. They put me then 6 months in jail in Oklahoma and Texas, and 7 different jails for
Damn.
but and for and my visa, you know, they put me in a jail with full of Mexicans, you know, with gang members or whatever,
Right.
and I was sitting there from
So
what the fuck?
somewhere where you should not have belonged, and that's something that America does. Is they put you in a place to where you know, like you said, they put you with gang members, they put you with everything,
Yeah,
so where
they,
somewhere you don't belong, and that's wrong. Like
but
why? I don't understand why America does that. They classify people one way, but yet they put you into a classification
yeah, and maximum
with killers
security.
and
That's
people
maximum security.
that will actually do harm upon you.
Yeah,
You know.
and they put me as maximum security,
You
and
see?
and then with all with Mexicans and other people from all out the country, immigrants. But I say one thing: the Mexicans, they helped me a lot. They had no money or nothing. They let me call to my
Oh no,
family.
Mexicans are great guys, man. People
They
talk a
helped me.
lot of shit about
But
Mexicans, but you know they are good people, man.
yeah,
They work hard. They
yeah,
want to support their family and they want to help, but still the whole point is they put you in somewhere where you should not have belonged.
yeah. I
You
know,
know,
and
and that's the classification of America. They do this to everybody, even Americans.
Trying to
That
institutionalize
if you got
everybody.
a misdemeanor, they'll put you in somewhere where there's a felony and with killers,
They just
and
want to beat you
that's
in the
somewhere
system.
where you should not belong. It's wrong.
It
also,
is.
yeah. Also, if you pee on the streets to a tree, they're gonna. Never.
Yeah, and we pee on the streets all the time in New York City. In New York
They,
City, that's
We
where
love
we
that
pee
shit.
because they have no public
what
bathrooms,
they
so we
do
piss on the street
in the
all the
United
time.
States, they put you with sex offenders. That's crazy. We are Belgian guys. We drink a lot of beer. We can drink on the
Right.
street, and we can pee to a tree, and they give you a fine for $50. Man, United States, they put you in jail then, and it's sex offenders, and that's a little bit wrong
I
sometimes
seen that
too.
happen the other
No,
day.
no,
I was at
that's
No?
work.
absolutely wrong, my brother. Absolutely wrong. And I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry
wrong.
you had to deal with that. I want to apologize for America. I want to apologize for the American people
I
that
love the
you had
country.
that you had to deal with that because
Yeah, you should be allowed to pee on the streets if you want.
yeah, because in New York City, we piss on the street all the time.
Well, that's
Like
me
next
too.
time if they give you shit, be like, look, I talked to some Americans and they told me I can pee anywhere I want. I'll
I
write you a
love the
paper.
country. I love the country. I love the people, and my
You
best
know,
friends are still
this
there.
just tells you don't go to Oklahoma no more. Don't go to
No,
Texas no more.
they are fucking strict,
If
man.
you want to piss on the street, Kevin, go to New York City.
They'll let you do it in
They
Oregon
won't even
too.
notice.
I like to pee on the street. Now I'm joking.
Okay, maybe you
Yeah.
should have been in there with the sex offenders.
No, but you know what I mean.
Go
It's,
ahead, John.
but
Stop it.
it's
Stop it.
ridiculous that
Stop
they
it.
put you with misdemeanors. Misdemeanors, with sex offenders, with rapists, people or whatever. Only if you pee on the street and you're a little bit too drunk, okay, yeah, it happened, but it was ridiculous, that
Yeah, yeah.
they, crazy people. The law.
I literally just watched that the other day. Some guy walked out to the side of like a little quickie store type thing. And he was like, I was sitting there watching him. I was like, what's this guy doing? It was dark out, like 10 o'clock at night. I'm sitting there watching him. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he walked over the side of the building right there with traffic going by him. He just pulls down his pants, start pissing. I was like, no fucking way. And then across the street was a police officer sitting in the parking lot. And he lights up his lights and just
That's
pulls
what
across
they
the
do.
street. And I was just like, oh my God, this guy just got busted for pissing on the street right in front of me. That's hilarious. I wasn't going to tell on him. I was just going to let him do it and go. But
I have
he
some
peed.
videos on YouTube that's from the Belgian police here, and this one guy, he is peeing too on the car, and then they put him then in the car, and then he busted with his feet the windows out, and yeah,
Getting
they give
crazy.
him a little fine, and that's all.
Right.
That's what that drinking will
But
do
you
to
know
you.
what? I mean, honestly, between all of this, I'm very concerned about Ferguson, and I'm holding. My son's talking to me. Yes, my son.
Bunch of
You going to
steroid
bed?
raging
Okay. Good
cops.
night.
Ferguson is
I'm
something
I'm
new,
I'm I'm very curious for John and this Ferguson thing. So John, if you
but
can please explain to us and the viewers what's going on with Ferguson a little bit. And
I don't know about it now. It
All
was
right.
for Daniel Line.
So the stuff happening in Ferguson right now is basically a respark of what was originally happening in Ferguson with Mike Brown, due to a
right,
documentary that came out called Stranger Fruit, um, that highlighted some video that most of the protesters and everything weren't aware of. It was more of security footage from the store. Um, and the narrative the documentary put on it was that Mike Brown was trying to trade a bag of weed for some store merchandise.
Oh,
Trying to acquire.
really?
Well,
Oh, wow.
he'd already traded the bag of weed that he was just going to collect on the you know
On the cigar. Right.
yeah. But he had sold it to him
So
earlier in the day, and in the video you do see him give the guy something, and
yeah,
then he comes and picks up those cigarellos on the way out later on in the day.
right. But
Right.
if
But go
you
ahead, John. Sorry, John. You know,
no, that's good.
we just want to get to the main story. So go ahead, bud.
So then there were press releases by Bob McCulloch and the lawyers of the market where this took place that were basically an attempt to completely discredit the documentary, saying that it was a lie, there was no barter that took place, their employees wouldn't do that, and ultimately it was irrelevant and it was just a pathetic cry for attention.
Right.
That was what they were saying in their press release.
Right.
Now,
Of course.
if you watch everything, the first thing you have to realize is there's no audio on the security footage, so anybody can put whatever narrative they want to it. And we can only hear one side of the story of the people that were actually involved because the other side is dead. He doesn't get to speak for himself anymore.
Right. Right.
He was executed by an officer.
Right.
Yeah.
So the protesters are currently and going to continuously be out there boycotting the market. They're out there with free cigarillos and free cigarettes, handing them out, saying, "Don't shop here. We'll give you the stuff for free." Basically, causing a disruption to all the businesses going on there.
Right. Which makes sense.
Right.
Right.
So there's a lot going on. The very first night that this happened, there was 5 arrests that happened, and
Don't worry about the back feed. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know.
Apologize. That's still
Is that a
Tyler
microwave burrito?
with that's Tyler with technical
Is that a microwave
difficulties.
burrito?
You don't realize that he's in speakerphone.
Oh, you mean when I forgot to mute my phone call?
Oh, Tyler,
Oh,
you with
yeah,
us?
yeah, that
Oh,
phone-
sorry, Tyler.
yeah.
I didn't know you was still with us. I thought you was still in the background, still talking. Apologize about that.
Yeah, we heard everything.
I've been apologizing since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you've been having a good old time back there. Fucking guy.
Dude, I mean, like, I'm working like 60-hour weeks, so I'm
Yeah, I know. I know you are, brother. You're a great brethren, man, and we respect everything that you do. Honestly, we love you. We love everything that you do for us, man. And but John, go ahead, brother. Continue, please.
all right. So there were 5 arrests, and apparently it was all about everybody's getting charged with a felony. That's what they're saying this time around. Is everybody who gets arrested at these protests, they're going to find a way to charge them with a felony. We know one of the arrestees, the charge is an attempt to cause a catastrophic event. So they're definitely trying to trump up the charges like huge.
All right, John, I don't mean to cut you out, but a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand that Ferguson is still going on.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not even know that it's still going on. So, can you please
why.
explain that a little bit, just so that way our viewers can understand that it's just not Michael Brown and from years ago that is still going on, because things are still going on with Ferguson, and,
right?
And if they don't understand, can you just before you continuously going into it, even though some of us may still understand, some of us brothers and sisters still don't understand. So if you don't mind just backtracking a little bit and just breaking it down a little bit and explaining that a little bit, please.
Which part? Well, one of the reasons why a lot of people don't know that it's continuing to go on is Facebook has taken down and completely removed a lot of the live feeds, especially live feeds of the arrests that were made.
Okay.
One of the arrests that was filmed from the first night after the Stranger Fruit documentary came out was
Can you
It was
can,
actually
can you
some really
repeat that?
violent
Can you repeat that
arrests.
documentary for people that would like to watch it, please?
Stranger Fruit.
Stranger Fruit.
Yeah,
Okay, Stranger Fruit.
right.
Okay.
So the arrests that were made were actually made extremely violently. They beat a pregnant woman and arrested her, and they slammed her to the ground, like they body slammed her. And they're charging her with an assault on an officer or something like that for breaking his nose. But
Right.
in the video, it showed that he tripped when he slammed her on the ground and smacked his face against the concrete, and he broke his own fucking nose. But she's gonna get charged with it.
And that was something we saw, you know, even with the recent protests. You guys saw what we did in DC and all of that. They've been pretty steadily, anytime there's a protest, cutting our live feeds, like taking down people's social media posts and all of that. Like that seems to be a pretty standard trick of theirs now. The same with the charging people with felonies, you know, for trespassing or for, you know, even being at the protest. They want to be able to charge you with these insane crimes that have nothing to do with your right to protest. You know, that's part of being an American, and they've been pretty constantly doing exactly those tactics where you'll be live streaming police brutality and then your live streams disappear, or you know, you can't get anything up.
Yeah. One of the things, like for the people who are new to live streaming, do not use Facebook to live stream that stuff because they edit it. Use like Ustream or something that records it
Right.
afterwards. That way you can repost links to it, etc., etc.
Yeah, the censorship has been getting really terrible with fucking
I did it
Facebook,
too,
man.
the live stream and awakening in Ghent in Belgium, and also they take it all off, all my live streams.
Yeah.
Oh, are they really?
In
Even
Belgium,
over
yeah,
there
and
in
also
Belgium.
they
do all
take
awakenings
it
1
all
to 3
off,
months,
all
but
my
don't
live
Like
streams.
always
what
people are.
points? Yeah.
Oh,
Person's
are they
that?
really?
In
So, you know,
Belgium, yeah.
there'll be people in England that can see it, but then our friends in Germany won't be able to see it, or you know, things like that. So we have to keep like between different countries and kind of different regions. We've had to keep like posting from several different places that they'll squash the story.
Right. Who's speaking? John? John, that's you speaking, right, brother?
No, several different places that they'll squash the
Chance?
story.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Terrence.
Who's speaking?
That's
John?
the
John,
audience.
sorry. I thought you was John. Apologize. I didn't know that Chance was with us. All right. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome.
All right. So, following these events and me finding out, I went down to Ferguson the following night to actually get put my own eyes on what's going on down there. So, because I know we're not getting the full story unless you show up.
Right.
So I'm going down there. That's how I learned it wasn't protests that are happening. It's a picket set up against the store since they're lying on my ground because of the documentary. That's what's going on there. Which, I mean, it's all the people that were protesting in Ferguson originally setting up the picket line, but they're being smart about it. They're not getting violent. They're not doing any rioting, no looting, nothing. They're actually taking a strategic approach to make the store basically invalid.
Yeah.
And cost them a bunch of money. And
Which
we
is
found out
mostly like
store,
mainstream media does.
yeah, they found out the store owners also own 2 other stores relatively close, so they're gonna go store by store and start setting up the picket lines and just get them completely shut down and moved out of their community because they don't want them there no more, which is smart. It has not. There's been no violence or anything except by things that have been initiated by police officers and, believe it or not, the media.
Right.
And I say this because when I was there was a group of anarchist Black Bloc that were there.
Which we love. We love Black
Yeah.
Bloc. I just want to sit there and acknowledge Black
Absolutely.
Bloc. We love Black Bloc and what they do for our cause and how they represent us.
Well,
Absolutely.
Black Bloc noticed a camera crew across the street from what was going on, so they went over there to go talk to them and try to figure out who they were with, so that they could get a chance to set the story straight. the media that was there refused to identify themselves and
Okay.
started painting the narrative automatically that they were being threatened and everything else. And so we go search social media and we find out exactly who it was, and it was CNN painting the picture that the anarchists were being violent in Ferguson, and nobody should go down there and stuff like that.
Right.
They were
Well, I
saying
mean,
that the anarchists were
at a lot of
threatening
these
to
protests, we
shoot the
have these big
media,
news
Of
agencies,
course. Yeah, of
and
course.
not only do they
We're a
not
threat.
do they
which
not
never happened. Never
represent
happened. All
the
right, I was right
actual
there. That
people,
never happened.
but
Now,
then at the
then
same
there's this
time, they're set
TASS
up to be
Russian
this kind
news
of like
on. I'm
violence
guessing this
porn,
is Twitter.
where
They
they're
actually
just
made this comment, like it's up there. It was screenshotted and put up, and I'm gonna right to you what they said.
All right,
This is
please
a
do.
news source,
Please
right?
do.
They said at some point you have to leave, and we can follow you home and find out who you are.
Fuck out of here.
So now you got the mainstream media threatening to follow protesters, figure out who they are, and do whatever with that information.
Right.
So they're trying to intimidate protesters at every front. Now, you know, anarchists and Black Bloc and Antifa don't give a shit.
No,
Go
we
ahead, follow
don't.
us.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to have a horrible surprise
Yeah, absolutely.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
But like this is just an example of some of the things that are facing. This is why you can't get a lot of people aren't getting the truth about what's going on, is because the media are targeting an agenda.
Well,
There
because
was
they're
a
scared. Yeah, a lot of people are scared when it comes to threats.
well, there's a live streamer. He said something in one of his live streams that I was watching when the initial stuff was happening in Ferguson in 2014. He said there's no such thing as unbiased journalism in today's day and age. Everybody has a spin they're trying to put on it, and everybody's talking from their hearts or from their own minds. So there's no such thing as unbiased journalism. And for the most part, I gotta say that's true
Right.
as far as I can see, at least today.
Right.
And we're
when
not
it comes
excluded
to our
from that. I
corporate
mean,
media, it's beyond unbiased journalism. They're not only biased; they've got an agenda. Right?
right.
They're trying to sell, they're trying to sell Viagra in between the commercials.
Well,
and,
of
or in
course. I
between the
mean,
news
fuck.
stories,
I gotta order
and they're
a
just looking to
Viagra.
find, if they can't find violence at a protest, which
You
is
know,
what they want to
I
see,
got Viagra
they'll
and
make
I
it
got
up.
fucking Cialis. I mean, but it doesn't. You know, I don't watch TV, but you know, I got my order just in case if my shit don't work correctly one night. You know.
Right, which is
You gotta take that shit a
between
couple
you and
hours
your
in advance,
doctor.
I was
bro.
kind
If
of
you
confused. I
turn
just
on,
jumped on
if you
and
turn
I
on
was like,
corporate
Hey,
media,
Wolf,
"You're
you
it's
already
just
know,
one
brother. You
long
know.
Pfizer commercial.
Hey, sometimes I like to go for 4 hours at a time. Hey, it's all right.
all I can tell you
I'm
is
not
all
young
I
no
can tell
more.
you is
I'm
that
not young no more.
you don't
You
even
know.
need a prescription, bro. They still sell that shit over the internet. Just relabel
Yeah, absolutely. You know.
Obviously, Tyler's been
but
looking
yeah,
into it.
it definitely is fucked up how
Hey Zachary, on the comments.
Oh, we got comments.
Yeah, one more comment like that
so
and you will
please.
get banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so we
Who
can't
said
speak upon Cialis or Viagra?
No,
what?
he's
Who is it? Richard?
no, a guy named Zachary.
Oh, Zachary.
Zachary,
Man.
you causing problems on our feed, bro?
Zachary, you come? Are you
What are you
come from,
talking
Zach?
about?
I'll come over there.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
threatening free speech?
Yeah, what are you on about?
Yeah.
Which
what's
part
going
which
on?
part of
What's
that
going on,
conversation
Zach,
did he
man?
not like?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's calling us a bunch of homos and shit.
Oh, we're homos.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
love you guys.
Yeah. Oh, so this guy's trying to be a troll.
Yeah.
Well,
I get it.
if you're trying to be a troll, Zach, let me tell
Short
you.
little hairy
Yeah.
fucker, get out of here.
You
I gave him a
definitely
warning.
need some more
Oh,
help.
come on,
Give him a warning.
And if you
come
need
on,
help,
give him
you know,
give him some
fuck.
respect for trying.
All right, I'll give him respect, but send me your friend request. I'll help you
Me
learn how
too.
to troll.
Send Arthur Wolf
Yeah,
one. I'll have a
wanna
deal
learn-
with you.
Learn
Fucker.
how to troll correctly.
You wanna
Yeah,
play? I'll
learn
show
how to
you.
troll correctly, brother.
Yeah.
You
You gotta want the big dogs. You got 'em.
Because your trolling skills is
Weak.
mediocre.
Yeah, he said
that was weak.
Mike's saying he's calling us all AIDS and stuff.
He's calling us what, bro?
AIDS.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Come
Is
on.
that what
Come
you
on,
got?
bro. If
on,
you're gonna
dude,
be
it's
a troll, you
getting
might
worse.
as well try a little harder.
Yeah, come up with something new.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This,
Homo
you know,
sapien to
stop.
Homo sapien.
Yeah, thank you, Preston. You know,
I'm a homo.
these guys need to stop copy and pasting. You know,
You
these
know,
troll
the
memes.
fact is that if I was a homosexual, you know, what about it? You know?
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
would
Yeah.
be it.
Exactly.
That's the
you know
thing.
what?
Like,
It's not like it's a
oh,
bad thing, but
You know
fuck,
what,
man. You're in here
Tyler?
slandering names. Get
You
out
know
of here.
what, Tyler? Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm a homosexual. I'm
I'm
a
not,
fucking
but a
homosexual.
lot of my friends
We
are.
love the butthole, okay?
And you know what? I really find it rude that he wants to sit here and talk shit about my homosexuality.
was he talking shit about it, or was he just making a statement?
I don't
Well,
know. He said you're all a bunch of homos, and I'm just
well,
like,
well,
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe
well.
he
You
was
know
He
maybe
Well,
he
what?
had to
was
thank you
state.
for the acknowledgement.
But you know what?
maybe he was trying to hit on us. I
I
maybe.
don't
am a
know.
He's
homosexual.
lonely.
I'm a homosexual, and I don't appreciate you coming on our live feed sitting there saying that, brother. I really
Yeah.
don't. You
Everybody's
know,
entitled to their beliefs and feelings, man. Get out of here with that shit. If we want to be homo, we can
exactly.
be.
You know,
Oh.
You're in the wrong
again,
place. You're in the wrong place.
your trolling skills need I don't know. You need to go to trolling 101. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
go to
No,
know,
like I said,
4chan.
we're teaching the class. Sign up. Sign
go
up for
to
Trolling 101.
well go to the Hate Factory. You know that's
We'll have a
101.
variety of speakers for you on the weekend.
You know, because if not, your butthole might get hurt by me.
You don't want that. Come the damage.
Don't worry, I got a first aid kit too, brother.
A bottle of Vaseline ready to go.
I don't.
We'll be nice to you.
Shit, for the first time, don't worry, we'll take it easy on you.
We'll take turns. We'll tag. We won't do it all at once.
Tag team is the best team. That's it.
Thanks
call
for showing up,
seconds.
Kevin. You have a great day.
Yeah, Kev. Yeah, bless you, my brother. But other
That
than
got
that,
crazy.
man, you know, it's just getting ridiculous, man. And I think a lot of people think that not being into politics is the way to go, but when it comes to the schooling, like we talked
I
about
forget who
earlier,
said it. I forget who
and
said it. I'm quoting this. I forget who the original quote was. It said, "Just because you don't want to pay attention to politics doesn't mean politics isn't going to pay attention to you."
oh,
Exactly.
absolutely,
It's happening whether you
yeah.
want it to
No,
or
no,
not.
no, no. That's yeah, that's absolutely correct. And a lot of us don't pay attention to. Well, we do pay attention to politics. Don't get it twisted. We do. It's just we don't
And here's
commend
my
it.
I'm overtly, you know what I mean, political. Our whole game has to do with politics. But that
Right.
being, that being said, there comes a time where the things that we're doing have to rise above politics. Like when we say political talk, and we talk about the always very divisive, situations where as Anons, we really have to go out of our way to find the things that we agree on and move forward from there. We can fight forever on the shit we don't agree on,
Oh, you already
right?
know that.
And part of
Yeah.
that is to bring that movement, that mindset to the political arena. To
Unity is
support
power.
people that are going to stand up for to be the people's voice. At the end of the day, if this election in America proved one thing, and one thing for sure, is that whole your vote doesn't matter, don't go out and vote thing is totally the system telling you know what I mean, keeping you down. We have to vote overwhelmingly. The right, if they do one thing every time, it's go out and vote. Right? These guys vote like it is fucking religious. And our
Right.
side doesn't do that. And I've always
No.
thought that whole saying, oh, your vote doesn't matter, you need to vote, that sounds like CIA op to me, to keep you from fucking voting. That's
Controlling the turnout.
Well, I mean, Tyler, who said that? If voting really matters, would we really be able to do it? I mean, it was
yeah,
What do you
something
mean?
like
What do you
that,
mean?
right?
Like voting in an oligarchy, what we really have, which means that your vote doesn't really count. And in
Right.
fact, your leader and your representative doesn't represent
there becomes
90% of the
a
population's
critical
needs.
mass. There becomes a critical mass that cannot be ignored. When 60% of our side doesn't vote, right, and 70% of their side does, they're going to win every time,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, John. Yeah,
Even when
yeah,
it
yeah,
came to
yeah.
Bernie, yeah,
Absolutely
they could
correct,
look
brother.
away with a couple of million votes, here and there. But if 60% of us came out and voted, right, which is just an enormous number, there wouldn't have been any denying it, right? There wouldn't have been any squirming. There wouldn't have been any, DNC bullshit,
Right,
right? The same way
right,
that there wasn't on Trump's side.
right.
Right, on Trump's side, it didn't matter. So many of them came out and voted. You couldn't elect anyone other than Trump as a Republican, right?
Yeah,
That's where all
Mike
the
said
support was.
voting is for the sheep.
Oh, Mike said voting is for the
Yeah, but
sheep.
that's
I
the deal.
believe that
What do you
though.
do when the
Mike,
other side? What do
Mike,
you do when
yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side are sheep? What do you do when they're voting
well,
in droves because they're told to?
well, you know what? I sort of kind of agree with Mike, but then I sort of kind of agree not with Mike. I mean, I'm a convicted felon. I can't vote for shit anyways. But
I'm a
it's
convicted
like,
felon and I can still vote.
well,
Yeah, it depends.
well, that's because
That's because the system fucked up.
that's because you're not on parole still. You see, I'm on parole still.
Well, I was on
So
parole and I was still getting the registrations to
right, you
vote.
see, I can't. I won't be able to get my voting registration back until I'm off of everything. So, but Mike is correct to a point.
Change that law.
But then if we want laws to change, right, it starts from the bottom up. But he's right. And when it comes to presidency, he's absolutely correct. It doesn't mean shit because presidents are selected, not elected.
Well,
But when it comes to our mayors and our governors, no, we do have a fucking say so. I'm sorry, we do. And if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong.
Well, do you ever think that the more when you are actually voting, you're actually supporting the establishment, and
Right.
in essence, the establishment has such a grip on power control. I just don't me honestly, me personally, I don't understand how voting in any way, shape, or form is going to solve anything. I don't know. That's just me.
Tyler, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. Right?
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. You gonna tell me he didn't appreciate all the polls that he got?
I didn't see the movie. I
Sorry.
didn't see the movie. Read the book.
Well, the book is even better than the movie, but it's the same shit, man. I mean, it's what they. Facebook, first of all, is going to censor us, no matter what.
Were there
especially
honestly,
when we
like,
tell the truth.
Were there potential candidates in the past that I believe that could actually fuck the system? Yes. Did they ever get to the
Who?
God, he was like fucking. This was like 4 years ago. What was that guy?
Ron Paul?
Yeah, I believe he could have done it, but I don't know.
I mean, honestly, to me, like I say, my whole thing, my whole perspective, they're selected. They're not elected.
True that.
They were in the Skull and Bones. They were all in something, and they're all puppets. They're all puppets, and we all know who the fuck the puppet masters are.
Oh yeah, the bankers.
Right. And it's a Jewish fucks. And yes, I do have a Jewish name for those who sit there and say, "Oh well, Aaron, you have a Jewish name. You're a Jewish fuck too." Well,
I'm gonna say they're not all Jewish. Some come from English families.
No, I'm sorry, but they are, Tyler. They are all fucking Jewish, and yeah, and that's fine, but it's wrong. All right, and just because I have a Jewish last name does not mean that I do not agree with all my other brothers and sisters saying that the mistreatment is happening. I mean, it's happening, and I wouldn't be on live telecast sitting here saying we need to fix it if it wasn't true. So, please, for the people that sit there and say, well, your last name is Goldberg, and you're sitting there saying this. Well, my last name is Goldberg, and like I said, my father was a Russian Jew, and that's why I have the last name. My mother was full-blooded German, and I'm against all political activism. I'm here for the people. I'm here for my brothers and sisters. I'm here to acknowledge the truth, and I'm here to continuously spread the truth. And if that's something that you cannot handle, well, please don't put my name in your mouth. And that's all I ask, you know.
I think
But
I think it's is it only me and you that are on?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it?
No, it's just us three. The other, where'd everybody go?
Bathroom break? I don't know.
Did everybody leave us? Did everybody leave us?
Oh,
Probably. We said politics and everybody got scared.
See, that's the thing, because again, we don't believe in politics, but sometimes voting does help. I mean, it really does, but again, it's one thing we should not get involved about. So if it did happen to be with politics, that's one subject we need to leave about, because a lot of people just don't believe in it, man. I mean, that's just the way it is. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I think Kevin's having some trouble getting back in.
I'm in.
Oh, there
I'm
you
in
are.
again.
There you are.
I'm in. Yeah, I had some problems.
Yeah, this thing goofed. It made a personal call. That was really weird.
Yeah, I know I had the wrong chat.
Did you see how it made a second one?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah, sorry, Kevin. I did not notice that, my brother. I did not notice that.
No problem, no problem. I had some internet problems, connections.
It's all good. It's all good. So Tyler, have you looked at any of the live stream? Can you look at any questions? Does any of our viewers have any questions for Kevin, being from Belgium, or John, that he has a lot of information upon Ferguson? I'm trying to go through it, but I
There's
really
a million and
can't
one
see
things we could
much.
talk about, but
You say what, brother?
did anybody watch that the live feed the other day, or I guess that was yesterday, of Snowden?
You
You guys all
know,
miss that?
No.
I mean, me and my stoner thing, man. I swear that,
He was just talking about that Vault 7, the whole data release, the 8,000 different.
yeah, but he's not saying much to
No,
me.
he didn't talk a whole lot
He's not saying much about me, and
about
he's
you.
he's fun.
So you're what's
Yeah,
important, right?
yeah,
So
and
that's what it is. This
he's
show's about you now?
well, no, absolutely not. It's about all of us and the truth,
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that I believe that I mean, facts is facts,
Well,
and
a lot of
Ob
people,
Snowden is ran by George Soros, and I
a
don't
lot of
know
people
how
are
He
true
kind
saying
it
of
is.
he's
talked a
not
little
really
bit on
breaking
that.
anything. He's not really bringing up anything new that hasn't
It's
No.
been
stuff we've
said
known for
before.
years. We all knew that we were being
Yeah,
watched since the
so it's
beginning.
like,
It's just, he just
who's
proved
he
it, more or
working
less.
for? What's going on? It's getting kind of weird. You're just regurging 5 to 10-year-old data that's already known. Now it's official, I guess, because it's an official leak.
Well,
I
the
don't get
fact
it.
is
The
that
stuff came out.
we've
There's
been
the
going in
camera
the opposite
blockers and
direction.
mic blockers now. There's a bunch of different programs since then that have just popped up all over the place
Yeah,
to
I
make it to
mean,
where you
if
can't do that.
those programs are so old at this point, they've got new systems, new tools. They haven't stopped hiring for the NSA. you know, when it comes to those kind of, we've went in the opposite direction every time we know one of these things. It's almost like they're doing these data drops to get people used to it. You know, every couple of months you get these in your, so, you know, we all joke about it. Oh, your TV and your microwave are spying on you, and it's
Your
became so much of a
Xbox.
joke. People aren't up
Well,
in arms that your
it goes a little
devices
it
are
goes a little
spying on you.
weirder than that. You know, a lot of people are not aware that you know, even there's little telecommunication channels in between your analog and digital electronic meters. What exactly they're monitoring besides the flow of your electricity, one could only know.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, and I'm sure they check, you know, look, any way that they can get, you know, there are, I think in the data drop, they had quite a bit of information, oh, excuse me, about a bunch of information on ways that they can access devices that aren't currently connected to the internet,
You know,
which is kind,
that was a thing with that one virus where God, it was a virus that had shut down part of New York City because it had embezzled. It had somehow got its way into an electric company, and the threat is how many devices or how many things that provide us stuff that we need should be actually hooked into the internet, and when you do that, it makes it vulnerable.
well, I mean, even, you know, and we're not going to get too involved in it, but, you know, you can have a device that isn't connected to the internet, but then if you are in a room with a device that is connected to the internet, you're still vulnerable, even though that specific computer or that specific phone is disconnected. So
I
you
mean,
start getting
have you ever lived
into,
on like Shodan.io and seeing what it is? It's ridiculous, you know.
yeah, we're more than vulnerable from a thousand. I think
Yeah.
it was on the Bill Maher show, and they had an ex CIA director, I think it was, if not a current CIA director, and I mean he wasn't, you know, everybody laughed at the table, but he wasn't playing around. If the CIA, the NSA, the FBI want to get into your devices, they're going to get into your devices.
They already have.
There's really not that much you can do about it except not, you know, not use them the way that we use them. You know, if you're not talking about it face to face, the amount of ways for them to listen in, to, you know, record your data, to get a hold of your information is almost endless. And to think that other countries don't have that same capability is you'd have to be a moron. You know, that everybody kind of knows that the next battlefield has to do with the internet, has to do with electronics, has to do with being able to listen to someone from out the other side of the world through their television. That's a huge vulnerability and a huge advantage, depending on which side you're on.
Yeah.
Don't
You know,
be doing that. It's
even
contagious.
I was gonna say it might even get to the point where all the military devices are all automated and no soldiers are actually doing it. It's all behind a computer control, including tanks, planes. Well, they already done the planes, and I even saw the Israelis working on this was a few years ago. They were field RC cars. This was like a demo model, and they had managed to hook up a machine gun onto it and a cam. And this thing could go around on the field just like no other, and start going around shooting people at, with some guy who's like what, out of the line of sight, you know. That's kind of the
Well,
future
and
of
there
the world.
there was like some stories. Now we're heavy into the drone usage. You know, in Standing Rock, that was our big, you know, our one of our big contributions was, you know, keeping up with the drone programs. They're a huge advantage from our side to be able to live stream from. So there is kind of a concerted effort for the government to demonize drones. There was a video a couple of weeks ago that was released that was obviously propaganda on drone usage in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. And, you know, when you look at it, it's a big production. It's, you know, it's obviously CIA propaganda, but the goal is to demonize drones because it does give us a voice. It does let you live stream to the world in a place where they can't reach up and grab it. They can't confiscate your phone. You know, with one of the drones, you can be sitting from a mile away and exposing police corruption, exposing brutality, exposing pollution. And that's extremely dangerous to them because you have freedom of information to broadcast the truth to people. So they really have been going out of their way to demonize drones any way that they can.
Yeah, now you gotta. Now you even have to, when you buy one, don't you have to register it with the FAA, or has to
Yeah,
have an
and
FAA
even to
identifier?
fly, even to fly ours, like I had to register, we have to have have a license. There's a bunch of like hoops to jump through to use them. If you notice, we weren't able to use them in Washington. That's a no drone zone. And they've got all sorts of ways to disrupt and mess with your drones. Some of them we were able to get around in Standing Rock, and some of them are pretty cutting edge stuff that we haven't been exposed to them enough to figure out ways around them. But don't worry, we're working on it. But the same way that drones have been so powerful in the U.S. military, drones are going to become that big of a part of our society in civilian life too. They're kind of the next step. Even when I was in the military, they were telling us, look, this last group of jets are probably the last group of jets that will have people in them. Just because you can do
Well,
horrible
yeah, you can
things
do
to
more
people.
without a pilot. You can go to you can go past Mach 9 without the pilot passing out.
Oh,
You have no pilot.
Look, even the jets we have now, their computers hold them back because what those jets could actually do would turn your body into fucking jello, right? But drones, they don't have any of those constrictions, right? You can do things that would be completely impossible with a pilot in there. Plus, you can do horrible things to people on the other side of the world, and because American soldiers aren't dying because of it, you can get away with it. Right? People are less likely to care if you're carpet bombing a third world country if you're doing it with drones. If American soldiers start coming home dead, they have an issue with it. But it takes a lot more for them to get upset about the things that we do with drones. And for some reason, they don't sit into the rest of our government's legal system. So the president gets to pick out who he drones personally, like he's a judge. Like he gets to assassinate people from the other side of the world, and somehow that is legal.
There's actually an
Remember when
international
you had
law
to go through
against
Congress to go to war? Like, I guess you don't have to do that anymore as long as it's through a drone.
Wasn't there an international law that said you couldn't assassinate other countries' political leaders?
You can't assassinate anybody. Like that's that's just like basic logic. Yeah, it is international law, but no, you can't assassinate people just because you don't like them.
It's just words on a piece of paper.
It's still murder, even if you're a leader of a country. You don't get to murder people just because you don't like them. Oh no, it's okay. I'm the president, so wholesale murder is groovy.
Sorry, I laugh at the most bizarre shit.
That's that detachment. That's what it is. You can claim some kind of detachment there away from their actual reality.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like that's the truth. That's if you went back in time and asked JFK, should we be flying around autonomous robots with the sole purpose of assassinating people on the other side of the world, would they say yes or no? Like if you asked our founding fathers, what would they say about that? It's so beyond what we conceptualize as America to have programs like that and ongoing. Nixon got in trouble for just recording the people in the room, right? Obama records every single, Obama was recording, and now Trump, and probably Bush, right? Every single bit of electronic information that goes across the wires, they record.
Do you ever think that
that's
do you ever think that
un-American.
the intelligence community hits up the president with these secret documents, and the president has no idea what the hell these orders for, or but they I don't know. I think all the time. I think George Bush was when it comes to the electronic monitoring and stuff like that, and I don't know.
Well,
Because
look, George Bush didn't
George
even have a
Bush was like,
computer in the White
yeah, I was
House.
gonna
Didn't
say
even
because
have a computer.
yeah, I was gonna say because George Bush was kind of like stupid though. He wasn't like
Yeah, but
he
he
wasn't
was
a
the one
smart
that started up the NSA program, right? And NSA is brand new,
guy.
right? That was the guy that started the NSA, our electronic like monitoring spy system. Didn't even have a computer, and we're surprised why it's all jacked up.
Did you remember
You
the
could have told
ex?
him. You could have told him anything.
Even the ex-director of the CIA, or not the ex-director, one of the ex. God, he's kind of famous, and he was a while back. He was telling like the bloggers and some people, within the internet community, how to take down the government and stuff like that. And
Hello.
he got a lot of backlash from it. But he said that the way that our intelligence community gathers information is like totally like back ass words. They do it on repetitive patterns and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Well,
No,
I would
they
just like to say hello. I'm back. Apparently I was booted out somehow, some way, but I'm back again.
well, their problem,
Nah,
Tyler,
we
is
started
they
talking about
capture it all.
voting and unity, and they kicked us off like normal. Like that's too far. That's too far.
You cross the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
Apparently, Aaron, somebody apparently I said something to somebody that they didn't like, but they took me out. But I'm back again,
They
and
took you
that's all
out.
that matters. So I apologize.
Uh,
Well,
No,
the
we're happy
data
to have you
problem they
back.
have is they try to capture it all, and it's an overload, data overload. And
Well,
if they
I
if
think
they
at
did
this
go through
point,
patterns and sort through it, they'd get a lot further because
well,
of
I
the
think at this
overhead.
point, everybody is pretty unhappy with our government. It's 80% people say they're unhappy with our current government.
Oh
It's
yeah.
almost easier just to listen to the 4 people that say they love it, and those are probably the terrorists.
Yeah, you
Like
might
if
be
you get
right,
on there
but
and you're like, hey, these guys, every morning they get on there, God, I love America. I love the way that they're taking all of our health care. You know what I mean? You're like, that's the guy. Those are fucking terrorists.
yeah, yeah,
Through
but
Operation
why am I
they're
getting
more
Mockingbird
these?
Media.
concerned,
Is
but they're
anybody
more
having
concerned
problems with
about us.
Facebook right now? Somebody's telling me that.
Yeah, I'm about to get booted. My thing, like the whole system just locked up, so I'll be back in a second.
No, somebody's telling me that Facebook Messenger just crashed on everybody.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
haven't been on Facebook Messenger, so I
No,
haven't
I don't know.
noticed. Really?
Yeah, people are telling me Facebook has been compromised.
Well, I mean, a lot of Facebook things, they've
From day
censored it.
one.
Well, I mean, if Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, I just heard yesterday, that they compromised our last show. Is that
Uh,
true? Is that true? Or did I
no,
misread something?
what happened is uh I was it was kind of weird. It wasn't an automated stream. It wasn't that. It was when I was showing the documentary, and I had used 2 different stream keys to stream the thing, and it wasn't automated, so they deleted the wrong one. So it was done manually by somebody with a mouse.
Oh.
So they did cut a stream midway.
Now, do you know your episode 9 is being censored on YouTube?
No, we did.
It's getting a strike.
Did you
some kind
tell
of
her?
SME.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we don't have that. I don't have access to that YouTube or anything like that.
So can we ask one of our followers if they have episode 9 that they could PM us or DM us and give it to us so that way we can re-upload it?
I can always
rename it.
Yeah, rename it, or we can always just
I mean,
I have a grabber. I have a grabber.
Is it the fact that you just don't have it?
No.
Or is it the fact...
I know what exactly it is. I'll tell you after. There's certain things you can and can't do on the back end when you're streaming.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely I'll be here afterwards.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a pain in the ass, and I'll always be around. So.
Yeah, but we did have a stream cut off by Facebook administration.
Yeah, I heard OZ Unicorn say something about that today. I saw it for the first time. I'm like, hold on, I didn't even hear anything about our show being censored by Facebook, which I thought was kind of ironic, but we did hit se- we did hit some sensitive subjects that night with Ozzy Unicorn and her friend George, and
No, it wasn't
you
that. It
know,
was a documentary, which means that it was
oh, is that what it
anti-government,
was?
anti-establishment, and they didn't know which one to censor. And I knew what I was doing on the back end to
Well, I
try.
mean that's fine, but that's fine,
So that means that
but
somebody with a
it's
mouse
all
deleted the wrong one, so Facebook administration did it.
right. But you know our motive, FTS, you know.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, are you back?
Yes, you are.
Have we went through any of the comments recently?
No, that's what I was actually trying to get to. I wanted to get through some of the comments and get what people are asking or what people are saying. We've been too busy talking, and I usually like to hit the comment section and get people's opinions and people's questions. And people that known me since I've been on the show, that's one thing that I like to do. So I apologize. I haven't had a chance yet. So if somebody can get to the comments, guys, I really think we need to create like a phone line. You know,
So people could call in.
so people can call
You're
in
like, hello,
and right.
this is
Well,
Ty, first time caller, long time listener.
right,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
or whatever. But I think a call line would actually be pretty fucking cool
Yeah,
for our viewers because we have great viewers, we have honest viewers, we have consistent viewers that love our show, and I think I mean that now this is just Aaron speaking for Aaron. I respect our viewers, and I think it would be great to hear them. You know what I mean? Tyler, are you laughing? Are you tripping again
No,
tonight? I don't know.
I'm
Are you
trolling.
streaming? You trolling? Oh, you trolling
Trolling a
as we
troll.
speak? Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I honestly believe that uh, we need to. I don't know, John. What do you think, man? You think I'm on the right path here, bud, or what's going on, brother? All right,
Mr.
John's
John?
not with us. All right, John's AFK. I'm gonna go Preston. Preston,
we
what do you
could.
think?
Well, yeah, if you're going to use, the problem with it is if you're going to do like a toll-free one, that costs quite a bit of money.
Well, not only that,
I mean,
it's
most
there's
people have cell phones, but still,
it's gonna be expensive to get that kind of service up. Not expensive, but it's gonna
yeah,
cost some money.
Well,
yeah.
what if
Technically, I
I
wouldn't know.
what if I sit there and put my telephone number out there in the open? Would that help?
Yeah, but then we'd have to completely redesign the way that we interact with the show and stream it.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to create no more problems.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean, is it
just
possible? Yes.
well. I mean,
Is it gonna be a little technically challenging? Yes.
well, I think we, to me, we have such a great viewing, man. To be honest with you, I really do. I think we have such a great viewing, and I'm willing, personally, me, Aaron, I'm willing to put my number out there, and people call, and I might have to get a hold number or whatever, but I'm actually willing to sit there and have people call and ask questions when we talk about things. I think people have a lot of great ideas. I think our brothers and sisters are on some things that we are not acceptably open to at the moment, and yeah, I think this is something we definitely need to hit on a chat when we're definitely not online. But I don't know. What do you guys, the viewers, that hear me? What do you guys think? Send messages to us. Let us know. Let me know. What do you think? Would you want my personal phone number? Do you guys want to call? Do you guys want to interact with us?
I think
You know,
Are you
I
sure
think
you
at
want?
some point we may consider like
you
doing a
know.
burner phone type thing. Like that
Well,
might
it's
be.
it's not even about a burner phone. I mean, I got my real phone. I'll do it for our listeners. I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. But if they have personal questions and they really want to involve themselves with the show, I think it'll be great for uh for our listeners to get in and get some questions in. I don't know. I'm very curious and I would love to know. So please, if you have any input, send us a message through Anonymous Bites Back and let us know. And I got people that will sit there and say, Aaron, you need to shut the fuck up, or Aaron, you're on something here, and people are very curious. But I do believe that our listeners have a voice and they need to say something. But that's my
Somebody's
own
saying, Aaron,
personal
Aaron,
opinion.
what's your last name and social security number?
Well, oh, my last name and social security number. Well, my
Aaron,
last
Aaron, Aaron,
name.
Aaron, Aaron.
Oh, hold on. My last name is Papson. That's Papson, and my social security number is 555
I don't know what I just came into.
5555. Yeah. So,
Wow, what a coincidence, man! That's highly unlikely.
well, that is highly unlikely, Preston. But unfortunately, that's my social. And if viewers want to know it, hey, you know, get me with that whack ass trolling system. I'm my socials 555 and
Well,
if
it
you
has to
can't.
do with a lot of stuff that comes to that's like personal identity theft. Look, man, if you steal my identity, it's your problem. I don't want you coming back to me in 2 weeks saying you want to give it back, right?
Right. I mean,
Once you steal it,
absolutely.
it
I
is
mean, I'm a
your problem.
convicted. I'm a convicted felon, bro.
It's
So I really don't know if you really want to steal my identity, brother. I mean, I'm the wrong motherfucker you really want to steal my identity to. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I mean, if you do my shit, you won't be able to get no loan. You can't get no house.
Well, if you can do better with it
Even
than I do,
Domino's won't even fucking order my pizza. So if you really want to troll me, I'm the
fuck.
wrong
What'd you do, man? Like it's one thing to be a felon, but when Domino's won't deliver to you,
bro. I mean that's when you beat the fuck out of a
did
police
you did you
officer.
did you
But
rob a Domino's?
well, I'm an assaultee, man. I beat people's asses.
You're on the blacklist
And
from
Domino's
deliveries.
just won't deliver to me at all. So if you really want to
You
capture
gotta
me,
be a bad dude to come up on the Domino's system.
yeah. It's not even Domino's, bro. It's Pizza Hut. It's Little Caesars. I'm just fucked, man.
Oh, that's
You
what they
know,
call a spree.
is
They
that what
put
they
that at
call
the
it?
end of
Is that
the.
what they call it?
That's where
I
it goes from robbing down to a full-on crime spree.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a rebellee. I'm looking for a rebellee that actually is about against the rebelling against the system, that actually has some good credit because I'm pretty fucked over here. All right, that's enough about me. But anyways, so yeah. He said, "What's your social?" That's like one of the oldest,
Oh no,
man.
you'll be surprised. Every once in a while, you'll see like one of these posts, and it'll be like, "Oh, Facebook has a new policy. Post your email and password," and people will post their email and password.
Yeah, they retarded. Yeah, they fucking
Like, oh, can you
retards.
check this for me? And you're like, no way.
Yeah, sorry. If you're one
Even
of the ones that
even
sit
on
there
here, I don't know
that
if you
put that
guys get some of
information
these,
in.
but like I'll get an email from somebody and they'll be like, "Oh, can you get into my email or my Facebook or one of these things?" And they'll give me like all of their personal information.
Oh no, I'll get one of those. Hey, can you get into my girlfriend's Facebook account? I think we talked about this the other night, John. Uh, can you get in my girlfriend's personal account? I'm just like, dude,
No,
like really? Nah. Like,
I
I'm gonna
could,
say
but I'm not
no.
going
Yeah, I could, but
to.
I'm not going to waste my time with that shit, man. Like for real. And if you don't trust your chick that much, then leave her ass. Period.
Yeah, chances are there's something wrong. If you need to hack into your girlfriend's Facebook account,
Yeah,
something has went wrong.
just leave her alone, dude. I mean, that she's not worth it. I
Well, and
mean,
you want to
period.
write back and be like, "That's where it goes into full-on stalking, homie." Like,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
people ask, "Where's that line?" That's the line. You're all the way over it at that point. You've
yeah.
lost it, dude.
That is absolutely the line. When you sit there and want to hack a Facebook account, yeah, you're in stalking line limit right there, bro. You
Yeah.
just and you sound really fucking funny asking any other anon to sit there and break into the account. Because trust me, a true anon is not gonna sit there and break
Oh
into
yeah, like
that
I got the
account for
next,
you.
like I got the next 20 hours to sit in here and hear about
Right,
you and your. You're like, no
right,
way, no way.
right. Like I really want to hear about your girlfriend that catfished you, bro. You know, and I mean, maybe 20 years ago, yeah, I could have had fun with that, but not no more. You
Nah,
know.
even then. No, even then.
Yeah,
I don't have
even
that kind of
then.
time.
Yeah, it's just like, come on.
But we do get some crazy emails.
Yeah, we definitely do, and it is amusing. I'm not gonna lie. It does some of the shit definitely makes me laugh, and I'm just like, wow. But you know, it's just.
Unless we get some serious stuff.
Oh no, we definitely do get some serious things. Absolutely, 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 and the serious things I love, and we definitely interact
Or
with
just the
serious.
amount, and I'll say between Anonymous and STR, just the amount of support and just people that send messages, hey, we like what you're doing, or we support what you're doing. Like the amount of people that do give just, to take out the time to send you a message to say that they like what's going on, if they like what you're all about. I think it means a lot because there's definitely days where you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, and
Oh
it does
shit,
give those
Terrence.
emails give you that push. You're like, no, I guess we can do it. This guy wrote me from Sri Lanka saying we need to, I like what you're doing. You guys need to keep going.
Oh
That
shit,
does give you
Terrence.
inspiration.
Man, Terrence, I didn't even know you was with us, brother. I just looked right now. I just looked right now. I saw your pretty ass face. I
Ah,
didn't even
I'm
know
a
you was with
I'm
us,
a
man.
ghost. I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah,
ghost.
yeah, yeah. You just hopped in. You just hopped in the fucking conversation. Awesome. Thank you. For joining us. I didn't even know you was with us, brother. Welcome, man. How was I'm curious now that you're with us, and I know you're with us, man. How did DC go, man? You was out there with DC. You represented STR. You did some things. I would like to know some things, man. What's going on?
It was another one of those situations where it was just great to see the amount of support that we got, and then it was snowing and like hailing there for a little bit, and we still got about 2,500 people to come. If
Oh
the weather
wow.
hadn't have been, we probably would have had another, an extra 2,000 people
Oh
that would
yeah,
have
of
that would have
course, of
came out
course.
and showed support.
Yeah,
It
of
was
course.
interesting to like see the teepees and the wigwams like at the
Dude,
Washington Monument. Like,
dude, I could imagine. I was telling the crew earlier today. I was like, bro, they got TPs out there. Everybody was like, no way, no way. I was like,
yeah,
yeah, they had TPs out there. They was doing their fucking thing. I was like, man,
we
dude,
even had fires going, like, and it just I think it made a huge statement in everything that went down in Standing Rock, just in case people thought that maybe that was over, that we weren't continue on the struggle. Like the next,
Right.
the very next week, we're in the Capitol, right? We're at your house,
Right.
right? We're knocking
Hell
on your
yeah.
door.
Hell yeah.
And I think that it just made a huge statement. And it's been that way, this is our like fourth or fifth rally, right? And it's been that way in every single city that I've went to. We went to about 5 different rallies now, and they've all been, 2,000-3,000 people that show up to support us. There
Right.
weren't that many people at Standing Rock. Like the ripple effect is powerful, and it's still building. Like this movement isn't anywhere
Bro,
close to
yeah,
being done.
let me tell you something that you guys did with STR, man. You guys have created such a fucking bubble, and so many individuals are fed up. Like you guys, I don't know if you really understand the impact that you guys have brought upon the awakening of our brothers and sisters, man. They bro, like John, for instance, he's with us, half New Zealand. The New Zealanders, you see it when they do the prayer, by themselves. You guys have so much respect and acknowledgement, man, and the things that you guys do for us, it's amazing. And I just want to sit here and say thank you, Terrence. Thank you for everybody that you work with, everybody that acknowledges it, all the brothers and sisters that work so hard for STR, man. I feel like I have to sit here and say thank you guys, man, because the job that you guys are doing are just fucking amazing. I don't know. I just felt like I had to take time out for that, and I apologize about that. But I hope you don't mind.
No, and like for the other, look, I'm just one, wheel, cog in the wheel, right? It takes all of us to make any of the stuff that we're doing. It takes all of us to make it work, right? And
Right.
and that can't be overlooked. It's something that we definitely took or worked with or borrowed from the anonymous mindset. Is that it's
Right.
not one person. That
Oh,
no matter what
absolutely.
we do, it's for the whole, and it takes the whole to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, the best we can say is, thank you for giving us the compliment, but, it's as much on you guys as it is on us,
Well, I
that
mean,
it takes all of us to make it work.
it's like we say, we are one, and whoever left like that was pretty fucking funny.
I'm in a chat.
and-
Somebody said
and-
pig farms, red rum. I don't fucking know.
Red rum, murder, huh? That sounded like a female real quick, Tyler. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out like that, but it sounded like fucking Rose for a second. I was like,
Hello?
Rose is back with us. But,
You want me to get the voice changer out?
No, we need to just get some actual females to be on here. We gotta have everybody represented.
Oh no,
my
I gotta make
God.
myself sound like Darth Vader.
I've been saying that since day one, that we need more females up on here, but I felt like I was pretty gay because everybody's like, oh, I don't know. Everybody ignored me ever since I sit there and said a lot more females.
Well, it's just like it's for perspective, and like they're 50% of the population. We can't have a panel here. We can't have a discussion and ignore what 50% of the people in the world may think.
I mean, honestly, it's not just anonymous. It's anonymous as well.
Yeah.
And like I always sit here and say, the women are the backbone of us brothers. I mean, honestly, they really are, man. That's no
look,
bullshit.
I'm not saying for all women, but I'll say it's Standing Rock with the activists and the women that we had there. By the end, all of our leadership were female. At the end of the day, the women were the ones that weren't able to be corrupted. They weren't interested in land and money and in in
Ter-
ego,
Ter-
in
Ter-
any
Terrence, I lost my wife 2 years ago, man. And one thing I learned being with her for 16 years is that women make men. You know, we do as men. We have our own personal opinion, and we're very stubborn. But 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 women are the backbone of the generation. They are the mother of the earth. They are the earth. They procreate our seeds. They're very smart, and people need to acknowledge the women because women are built for pain. And I can keep continuously going on about it, but that's another story, I guess.
It was
But
just it was inspiring to me to see like when all the dust settled, when it was just the core members, the people that were really down, that were left, that were really down for the struggle. All of the leadership were women. All of the people on the
oh,
front
absolutely,
were
absolutely,
women, and it was, you could see they couldn't be corrupted by all of the things that the men were all corrupted by. They were fighting
because
for the children or their
because
grandchildren, and
because because
there wasn't anything that you could offer them that was going to make up for that. So they never left sight of the goal, and they're still fighting. But
right.
it gave me such a respect for our women warriors and for the women that were in that movement. That just, man, I don't have that kind of strength.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
would,
yeah.
like
Well, well,
you
well.
would hope. Oh, I hope
I
I could be
believe,
like they are.
I believe we all don't have that strength, to be honest. But you know what though, I would like to give a shout out, man, to Royce Game, man. Royce, has been a big influence to me. I've helped Royce out with a lot of things. My team has helped out Royce with a lot of things. Royce, Royce, if you're hearing this, I would just like to sit there and say thank you for continuously doing what you're doing. Um, this is Aaron Goldberg saying I love you. You're my brother from my other mother, and please continue fighting the battle, and we will fight the battle with you continuously to the end. And there's no need to worry, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, Voice Elk, I love you.
Voice
Oh,
out, yeah,
great
that
to
that 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 that's
have been
one.
there with you.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, but if you'd like to give a shout out to him, please do. Yeah, yeah,
No, that's Royce. That's Royce.
okay, Royce. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Royce is a beautiful character. He's a beautiful human being. Um,
And that's something,
anything.
man. I can't name the amount of good people that
Oh
I met,
no, yeah, there has
through
been
this movement.
so many good people, so many great individuals throughout this campaign. It's very hard to sit here and thank individuals,
Yeah,
and and it's a shame, and it's not like we don't mean to, especially if we worked with you, especially if we try to help you out, especially with anything, it's.
well, it's not like they're nameless. It's just that you have a hard time picking out one single person in a sea of people that were willing to give so much for the struggle. Like it's
Right,
hard to pick out just one person because there's so many people that came together to make it all work.
right,
Um, it doesn't take away from any one person, and I think that was part of what made this movement special. Is it wasn't that it isn't all about one person. And look, if it was, right, if we ever get leadership, if we ever get one person that's in charge, look, the same thing happens to them. They either kill them or discredit them, right?
Terrence, honestly, I don't think when it comes to Anonymous we'll ever have that one person that's leadership. I mean, that's number one. Number two, you are right though. If we ever did have that one person, you're right. They would discredit them and kill them. That's number two. But number three, this is the whole thing, man. We do this out of love. We do this out of respect. We do this because we know that human nature is a lot better than anything else. And and this is why I love what you do. You know, you've guys created a a function of drones, and if people want to see what's going on with STR, you got drones out there. You know, and when you had problems when it comes to what the fuck I want to say to I don't know.
I can
To
hear
be
him
honest
snapping
with
his fingers.
you. Yeah. Did you hear me stop my fingers? I'm fucking. I'm like trying to think of a word. You know. Um. But you've guys have done so much, and all I can sit here and say is thank you. You know, I mean that's it, and there's no words to describe. You know, of everything that you guys have done. It's it's just, dude. I just love how we work together. That's it. I really do. I love how we work together. I love how we can benefit each other and do what we need to do, and that's it.
No,
You know.
I agree. And it's like it's hard. It's just somebody that's working in it. You know, you're not doing it for any of the, you know, for any of the reasons that a lot of people do stuff. You know, you're not doing it for fame. You're not doing it for money. You're not doing it for any of those
No,
things. So
no,
it's
absolutely not.
even compliments sometimes. You know, because you're not. You know, it's embarrassing. You know, because you're
No.
not. You know, you would
I
like to just.
completely understand with you. Absolutely, we feel embarrassed when it comes to compliments, but you know, dude, we deserve compliments, man. We're doing shit for non-monetary value. We're doing shit, you know, for everything, and it's not about recognition. We don't do it for recognition, absolutely not.
Although
But
some people on our hate board seem to think otherwise.
well, of course, our hate board. We're gonna have
There's a
people
hate
on a
board.
hate board that think we do it for recognition, but that's bullshit, man. We don't do it for recognition. We do it because we naturally love people and we naturally love individuals, and if you know, honestly, what I want to say to people like that, if you can't sit there and love people, then this is not the page for you guys. You know, honestly, you want to sit there and troll and do something wrong, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else with that BS, man.
Yeah, if that's, you know, the reason that we're in it is you know, for a love of your brother man, for a love of humanity and what humanity can be. You know, and
Yeah.
that's at like the core of what, you know, not just Anon, not just STR, but a lot of activists. That's at the core of what they're about and why they're doing this.
Well, you know,
Right.
we also got called that we were from a few people that we got called the Hate Factory, and then we
Oh,
got called.
really?
Yeah, we also got called.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know. I
Hate.
No,
yeah,
I
no, we
find
also
that
got called. We also
I
got
find that
called
hilarious that I'm part of
commercialized.
the hate factory. I really find that
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. I don't know. We got called a lot of things. Yeah,
Uh,
and a lot of them were good. But then
no,
everybody has their opinion, you know. It's like
well, of course,
you
everybody
can
has
walk
their
into a room with
opinion,
like 20 people, and oh, nobody's really talking shit about you, and you're like, yeah, some people are talking shit about you, but it's okay. Those people are people, you know.
well, of
Yeah,
course, and
like
everybody has their opinion, and honestly, I respect people that have their opinion for that.
It-
You know, I really do. I mean, because everybody does, but everybody
everybody.
will say something if they do not understand. And if you don't understand, then this is where it comes to asking the
Well, you
person
you know what's funny
themselves.
is that a lot of these people that are well, not all of them, but some of the things that are coming from people who don't even know, never contacted the page, never asked, never did anything. So it's like, well, I'm kind of grown up past high school, so if you want to call somebody something, you got to know the facts. And if you don't, and if you're just going off other people's assumptions and screenshots, besides confronting that person directly.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler,
Well, maybe there's times
Tyler,
where I'll get.
that's very easy to sit there and say, well, so and so called you this, so I'm gonna call you that too.
Well,
They don't
there'll be
sit there and
times where
speak to
I'll look
us.
at
They
my
don't talk to
page.
us. They don't ask questions. They don't sit there and bother to sit there and say, well, you know what? Let me ask so and so a question, and let me have my personal opinion. No, they're weak minded, and they want to sit there and believe what everybody else is saying.
Yeah,
Well,
not checking out.
to me, it's all about even like the fake news. Check fact your resources, guys. If you want to sit there and talk crap about us, okay, fine. That's your personal opinion. But if you want to ask something personally, then message us, and ask us the question, and then have your opinion. Don't sit there and base your opinion upon because everybody else has something else to say. You
Well,
know.
when it comes to the fake news thing, there's times where you have to check it out because the real news is so crazy most of the time. It sounds like it should be fake. And then you'll check it out. They actually did that. You know what I mean?
All right, but first of all, we're not real news. I mean, okay, we're not this mainstream media. Are we
Not
real
even
news?
close.
We are. Well, to a point, we are
Now with
real
three,
news.
now with 3,000 likes and a free show, I mean, it's like
Well,
I mean, we are
half the
real
time they don't even know
news,
what's
but
going on.
but we're not to the point to where we base our news on our likes and our evaluation. No, we speak how we speak, and that's it. And we respect other people's opinions, and we wish that other people will respect our point of views. And if they don't, then they have their own ability to sit there and not listen to us and not watch us. I mean, that's their own personal fucking opinion,
Yeah, the difference is that a lot of these shows are the exact same way, minus, marketing and advertising, but then they don't kind of make that disclaimer that, look, this is an opinion, this isn't, this isn't real news. You need to go and check it out. They tout themselves as being informed, as being real news, and people believe it.
We're just clickbait.
No, Sherry said you guys said you lead the news.
Preston. We're definitely not fucking clickbait. I could tell you that. And honestly, there are a few other people out there that's doing these live shows. But to be, they're not like us. I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm fucking wrong. Correct Aaron if I'm wrong. I don't know.
There's definitely different flavors of each. There's some other guys that are doing similar stuff. There's guys that are doing it completely different. There's people that are just that are personalities that are spreading the word as well. That really don't have anything to do with Anonymous or any of those other groups that are just take like Lee Camp and groups like that are definitely spreading the word and waking people up, but from a completely different angle.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I definitely, from my point of view, and I think I've been saying this from the past couple of weeks that I've been on. I really think we need to hit a live line chat and get a hold of the individuals with the questions and everything like that.
I mean, we could, but it would have to be on a different platform, and I'd have to mitigate it to the live screen so that you guys wouldn't be able to see it. fuck?
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't be able to see it
We'd
at
have to
all.
be watching the live. We'd have to be watching the live stream.
Yeah, I just thought of that.
Well, then maybe we might need to just, if it's easier, then we might need to get somebody just,
Or
to
mention the
sit there and
questions
watch
kind
the
of ahead of
live
time.
stream.
Before we live stream, that people have questions or ideas to kind of message us ahead of time so we can go over it, or so that it's in the comments.
Yeah, and honestly,
Because I know
it would be
tonight,
it would be a lot easier.
I
Yeah.
know tonight, I know I got a few followers tonight. I know I got a few friends. I don't want to necessarily call followers, but I have a few friends that are watching the show tonight, and they sat there and said, Aaron, hey, I hear you, I love you. Well, I love them too, and they're great people, they're great individuals, and people like that, I really would love to get a hold of and bring upon the show. I don't know. I mean, but that's up. You guys. That's something.
To try and get more, yeah. I mean, try and get more people if they want to be on the show. Just hit us up.
Well, and I'm not, I'm just kind of like a reoccurring guest. I'm not really on all the time. So if you guys have somebody important you want to put on, or somebody new that you want to
Well,
put on,
John,
just give
you
me,
are important. All right, let
give
me
me
let
a
me
heads
let
up.
me let me let me go ahead and stop you right there, brother. You are important, and what you do is important. So I just want to acknowledge that, so that way you don't think you're not, because you are,
No, just so we can kind of organize people getting on and questions, and if we have guests that are focused, that are focused in one area or knowledgeable in one area, we can have we can focus on that for that night.
Well, even on different subjects of what we had, we've told our audience that they need to expand, they need to open up, and as them being human beings, if they can't open up and expand, then it's not our fault. Yeah, we're all grown ass adults. If I stand corrected, right, John? I mean, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Your laugh,
I don't know.
your laugh.
I'm like, Aaron, I just lost you 5 seconds ago.
Did you lose me? Yeah, I know. Everybody loses me.
You
That's
sound
all
tired
right.
as hell.
Well, my bedtime was 3 hours ago.
Oh shit.
But so I'm just I'm fighting my tirednism. I don't. Is that a word?
Yeah.
My
I guess so.
tirednism.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is
know.
now.
Yeah, it is now, right?
That's one of those little words, the English words, right?
Yeah, that's one of my new English words. My tirednism. I'm just fighting it, and I'm here with you guys, man. I love all you motherfuckers, man. Sorry, but I love all you motherfuckers.
And when we wake up, the revolution is tomorrow.
Well, my revolution has been going on for fucking days. I've just been waiting for anybody else to join me. Shit.
You gotta make sure
Let's
to
see,
get a
Daniel's saying, what do you guys think about what's gonna happen after the revolution, hypothetically?
I was planning on playing the guitar.
Really?
Hanging out on the beach.
Really?
I didn't have a lot of plans for afterward. I was hoping I could take a little bit of a rest after that.
I mean, hypothetically, if it was I don't know. I always have this weird thing that's gonna start out peaceful, like we've been always doing, and then the military backs in, gets violent standoff, violent takeover, a little bit of chaos, a lot of people up in roar, and after that, I don't know.
That's because
it's the unknown.
You'll be in the FEMA camp.
Yeah.
for retraining.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is like, you know, we can do peaceful protests and we can do stuff that we do on the internet, and you know, I mean, eventually push is going to come to shove because we're dealing with statism and violent powers that really do want to react violently due to our peaceful process or peaceful protest and what we do. So it's only going to push is going to come to shove to a point where they're going to become so militant, and it's, you know, eventually it's going to get to the point where people are going to get really, really hurt, and somebody's going to react, and somebody's going to have a gun.
Hey, I'm just curious. Where the fuck is Wolf? I mean, he's been gone for I don't know how long.
Oh, quite a while. You know, look, I don't know. I don't see like violence is such a small avenue of what needs to be done.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't know.
it will happen. I mean, it's like it's inevitable.
I mean, there's going to be there. Chances are there is going to be violent uproars here or there, but in all actuality, the things that we're fighting are war, poverty, you know, the international banking system, pollution, things like that. A lot of it has to do with the current the current government
Tyler,
willing to fund
Tyler,
those
I
nightmares.
don't mean to cut you out, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
hang up real quick, and then I'm gonna join on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna show my face tonight, man.
I'm not showing our faces.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna hit the button, man. I think I'm gonna show my face.
Yeah, but we're blocking the thing.
Oh,
I
are
have
we
the
blocking
icon
it
in the
tonight?
background. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, nice. I was about to show. I don't know. I got a couple personal messages. Some ladies is like, "Hey, I'd love to see your face," you know. So I was
Watch
gonna
it.
do it
Hey,
for you, ladies.
Just send her a
but
picture of the mask. Send her a picture of your mask.
hey, on
you
the page
know,
it says one of the topics was ACAB. What is that?
that's all cops are bastards. You know, it means fuck. That means fuck the police.
Watch, it's the FBI saying, "Can I have your face? Can I have your face
Yeah,
to go with
Yeah.
that audio clip?"
yeah. Can I have
Yeah,
your
yeah,
face
yeah,
that
yeah. This
goes
is
with
Just want to
all
make
cops are
just want to make
bastards?
sure that our files
Yeah,
all match up.
Yeah.
fuck you and the police, you fucking FBI bastards. You know, that's it.
Well, I can see your house. It's upside down.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Don't look at my house. Just look at me when I use number 2 when I go to the bathroom. You the fuck. Oh,
Jacob
shit.
Lowe wants to know if us guys are cop haters.
Our cop haters. No, not at
You
all.
know, Jake, no, absolutely not. We're not cop haters.
But
No.
like fascist mercenaries that do nothing but beat up on their own citizens and work as tax collectors, I am against.
They're policy enforcers, not lawmen. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
so I mean,
Well,
that's
here's the
not
thing.
the-
Here's the
that's
thing is
not
that
the case at all.
I've had like so many run-ins with the law to the point where I don't know. Maybe I'm just the outcast and the black sheep, but
Yes, no.
I know.
Like, I don't hate our police
Thank-
departments, but I hate what our police departments are standing for. I hate what our police departments are doing. You know, we don't have a bad apple in a good tree. We've got a bad tree with a couple of good apples, and that's a problem.
Well, that's just like everything fucking else, isn't it?
Jacob, how can I offer you evidence if we're giving you a statement?
Well, is Jacob still going on some other shit, man?
I don't know.
But I mean, it does, especially if you're if you're into activism, if you're constantly calling these things out. It is hard to not view our corporate police forces as what they are.
Well,
like
yeah,
we
it's
started
to the point where like not even cops are like enforcing the laws right. What we really have, okay, and you can look it up, okay. You are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but that's not the case, and that's not the way the cops are reacting. The cops are treating us though as we're guilty before we are proven innocent, and their intimidation tactics are. They get, they pull the guns on you when they think that you put your hand on the steering wheel, or sorts of fucking crazy shit. Now, what
Yeah.
that is, that is a different kind of law. Okay, that is law enforcement. That is
Hey,
called
guys.
Napoleonic law.
Am I on live feed right now?
Yeah, we should be live.
No, I'm saying is my face.
Oh, I can't tell.
No, remember we have the background pic.
I don't know. For some reason, I got a camera on and my face is showing right now.
I
No, I
can
can't.
see it. I can see it.
Oh, can you see it? I'm wondering if everybody else can see it.
I'm looking at the live.
I'm looking at
Ask the
that zit.
audience.
That's a razor burn.
You know. Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's late
No, I
in
don't see it.
America.
I don't see
I don't know.
it. Just the
I don't know.
anonymous fights
I
back.
just noticed that I was on like a live feed. I said, "Oh shit!" I'm over here and like. Don't be quiet,
Oh wait, Stacy Berryman. What?
Stacy. What is Stacy saying?
FBI. What?
FBI. Oh, I'm FBI.
No, wait. I don't know what she means because she's from Thailand.
Oh, she's from Thailand.
Just put in
Yeah, no,
FBI.
so- oh, I'm FBI. All
No,
right.
no, no,
Thank you
no,
for
no. Maybe
calling
not.
me
Maybe
out.
not.
Oh, she's FBI. She's in Thailand.
Oh, she's FBI. She's not.
Well, thank you, Jody.
They're not even hiding it anymore.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good thing. At least we know who the fuck's FBI and who's not anymore. I mean, at least
Oh
we
no,
tell
no, no,
the
no.
truth.
My bad. She says her family works for the CIA, and she's
Oh.
loving this. Oh, my bad, Stacey.
Can you ask if they see my face?
No,
am
I told
I
you for
open
like the
to the
10th
public?
time. I have that anonymous logo in the background.
You know, can you sit there and say, "Hey, can you see Aaron?"
Now you look like a leaf with a guy with no head.
Yeah, you know.
So, what
I'm
was your
just-
question?
I think she was just trying to sit there and say, "Hey, my family's FBI."
No, no, wait. Daniel did say something. He says, "What if the cops were anonymous and you didn't know, and they didn't have malicious intent and paranoia and hate to great? They can't be part of anonymous."
Ooh, that's
No, there's no reason why somebody in the police force could not be part of Anonymous. In fact, I know
Right.
several cops that that sport a mask, that go to our rallies, that do all of that. But
Yeah.
what they stand for has nothing to do with what our justice system. Like, they see the inequalities. They're standing up for what's wrong in in law enforcement. So I mean, those two things don't really aren't contradictory.
Did you just use the right wording, or am I a little tired and I did not understand? I'm just.
Well, I
I'm
spelled
just-
Ferguson
Hold
wrong.
on, don't laugh. Hey,
Well, no, what he said was good.
We're all brothers here. We're all here to correct each other. I'm just trying to make sure that
Good cops can join Anonymous, but the bad cops are just listening and tapping.
You know what I don't understand.
Yeah.
I honestly, this is like a true story. Like, at one point, when I was really like a bad kid, I thought that maybe joining the military or being a cop would straighten my life out, right? And I was getting in a lot of trouble, getting arrested at a young age. So
Were you?
I'm taking
Really?
this law enforcement class, right? And I'm already doing drugs by this point. And this was a kicker. This was the fucking kicker, right? So this cop is in the class, and I actually got suspended for this. So this cop is in the class.
I don't believe you, bro. I don't
What?
believe you.
Yeah, it was called ROP law enforcement. So I'm not joking. So I was maybe 13 or 14, and this cop said that drugs were illegal and they were just telling us the fucking codes and shit. And I asked the cop, "Well, why are they illegal?" She's like, "Well, because of us." And I said, "Well, who voted on that?" And then she's all like, she got this white look on her face, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know the answer to this question. Why the hell is this kid asking me these questions? And I
bet
said,
you
"Well,"
she was all fucked
and
up
I said,
for
"Well,
that.
fuck this, and I left. They left the class and got suspended.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
She didn't want to admit
Fuck
she was an
up.
order follower.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
She
there are
had already
constant.
been
There are
busted down
constant.
to working at a school,
Tyler,
like at a high
Tyler,
school
you're not
drug
tripping tonight,
class.
are you,
She
bro?
had messed
What?
up somehow.
Tyler, you're not tripping tonight, are you? You was tripping the other night, I believe. I don't know if
Oh
you're tripping tonight.
no, I was just
Yeah,
tired.
the other night you was tripping. I don't know if you're tripping tonight, bro. And if you are, then I'm literally gonna be pissed off because you didn't invite me to the tripping party. So please be careful of your answer. You know, it's like, which one? Do I want to incriminate myself or do I want to piss Aaron off? I don't know. Which one do you want to do, brother? You let me know.
I'm gonna go with neither. Is there a neither button?
Neither. Well, I guess there is a plead the fifth. Yeah,
I'm
I
just gonna
guess
go with the
there
fifth.
is. That is an American law, you know, plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's to the point where, like, you know, I'm not even sure if the cops, like, and you know, they have a lot of rookie cops out there that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they
They're not.
do.
They don't.
But
They don't
but
even
they are
know.
hooked on Adderall. To
No,
let
what
you
I'm
know.
saying is that they don't even know. They don't even know, you know, how the law is supposed to be applied when it comes to, you know, enforcing it. And, you know, there are tons of cases where people are doing, you know, millions of cases where people are doing the legal thing, okay? And it is the right thing, but the cops are saying, no, it's not. And it goes to court, and you end up getting incarcerated, and then you have to fucking go to a judge, and you've already been in jail for like 3 to 5 days, and you know what? It turns out you were in the right.
Well, and I mean, some of that has to do with that they're you know, some of these departments are deliberately hiring people that are undereducated. You know, where you used to need a 4-year criminology degree, now they're just giving you a weekend class. You don't know the law, and then they're forced to you know, they're told to enforce it, and they don't understand it. They haven't been trained. They don't know any of it, but they're still. You know, what they have been trained to do is be aggressive and violent. And some,
Well,
you know, especially when you don't have all the information, that normally leads to aggressiveness and violence.
well, you know how they train the cops now. You know, like after that that one guy, he was in. Remember that one? You know, the guy, he had the raised up truck, and it was. This is why all the cops are trained to automatically pull their weapon when they reach after they've already pulled you over and they reach for the hand of the steering wheel. Is they had this guy that had what is that disorder when you've been in the war, you've been in a war, PTSD. Yeah, he had PTSD, and the officer was a rookie, and this was a ex-Iraqi or Vietnam vet, I don't know which one, and he got out of the car. The cop told him to stop doing what he was doing. The guy pulls out a Steyr, I believe it was a Steyr, semi-automatic rifle, and just goes nuts and ape shit. And they use this as for the cop training videos to tell people if they don't have their hands exactly where they tell them to put their hands, then they pull it. Then they're supposed to pull out their gun to protect their lives. And I'm just like, well, you know, I mean that's gonna happen. You know, I mean you're in a really weird place where you're supposed to get rid of really bad people. But when you start treating Joe Schmo, for suspended license and tasering them because you're saying they're not complying when they really are, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there is this, like, they build up fear around them the same way that they try to build it with us, and the ability to go to war. By the time these guys are pulling you over, they really are deathly scared. They really are, terrified to their core because of kind of the environment. Every person that you come over, every black person you pull over is a violent drug dealer. Every big truck that you pull over has got a guy with a machine gun waiting to kill you and your family, which, statistically, it's just not true. Yeah. But yet these guys truly are, deathly scared of their lives at that very moment because of how they're being brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
We had got pulled aside, some of the forest rangers at Standing Rock, and maybe some of it was bullshit that just they weren't going to admit to knowing about it, but when it came to the violence and stuff that was used against us, they really didn't know it. They existed in their own little law enforcement bubble, and what they were told was truth. They didn't really look into it or this and that. But a lot of these guys live in those same bubbles. They're forced every day. Everybody's got the war story of this, the crazed drug addict that tried to shoot up you and your partner, this and that and the other thing. And by the time they're pulling you over for a light, they're convinced that you're some sort of psychopathic maniac, and they act as such. They truly are petrified.
Well, police don't even like. I view the police as completely different. They are the enforcers of the establishment, and the way I see it is they just become militarized lately.
Oh, they're definitely becoming. They have definitely are able to use excessive tactics and military equipment, but they don't act like the military. We have to follow the Geneva Convention and USAMJ. They don't have to follow any of that.
I don't know. Do we lose Aaron?
I think he may have passed out.
Aaron.
Oh no, didn't he say he had to go and talk to another
Oh yeah.
group or something? I think I'm probably gonna call it a night too. So thank you very much for having me on the show, guys. I'm always available. I'll try to come back on kind of whenever you guys need me to.
All right.
We're good.
So I think somebody wanted to bring up Black Bloc. Did we talk about that?
Not really. A little bit at the beginning because they were Antifa related.
Okay. Do we talk about ACAB?
I think you just did.
Okay. Damn, everybody dropped out. It's just me and you. Oh,
Yeah, I want to hear that guy from Ferguson. He took off a while back.
Oh, man. Shoot. Does any of our viewers have any questions? Not seeing any. He says, Daniel saying, well, what do you guys think of Black Bloc tactics of creating a diversion to protect protesters? What do you think, Preston?
Well, that's how they started. They're like that defense between the peaceful protesters, and once the cops go over the line, they step in. I mean, that's legitimate. It's risky for sure.
Sometimes I feel like it's the only I see both sides of it. I don't know. I'm totally anti-establishment, but I'm for it. But it seems like as though if we have protests and they're peaceful and nobody does anything, then nobody even knows about it. But the second we use Black Bloc tactics, everybody's over like a hawk. Like the news agency, you'll see roughly live feeds. So
yeah, once in the idea of in the heads of most people is if you go on the offensive or you start attacking the police or offensively going against the government, you've crossed the line. That's almost
but
universal, no matter what group it is.
Our country was founded on crossing that line.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. And that's where the problem. That's where I call it the intersection of your rights and the concerns of government. And that's where they collide. In any of these protests, it's always the same. Most of the time you don't see the protesters going over the line. Most are peaceful. You do see the black bloc or the anarchist. I mean, okay, they're crashing windows and all that. You can argue that one because there's actual physical damage going on. But these other ones where they're peaceful, and then the police essentially don't like your assembly and break it up. That's where that's where you can, question what they're doing. And if the other ones want to step in, well, hey, that's up to them. There needs to be something else. The problem with doing that is you're probably going to go to jail at some point fairly quick. The moment you engage the police, you're in big trouble. Normally.
Well, I was just gonna say, what our founding fathers, or not founding fathers, but what this country was, when we started rebelling against the English and stuff like that, we're with the stuff that we are experiencing today in this country from our own government is exactly what we did, 250 years ago. Wake up, people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wake
they're putting
up.
up with a lot more than they would have. Higher tax rates.
And they
more
started
oppression.
off with it wasn't peaceful protest. No, they started off with violence.
But honestly, for what I think I see is a lot of people that have been dumbed down and domesticated to the point where they're not going to do anything. It's just going to happen, whatever it is, but they're not going to engage. They're not going to do anything because they've either with cognitive dissonance or the training or dumbing down, whatever you want to call it, but they're not going to participate.
Oh, you think it's bad here? I'm hearing a lot of bad shit from the EU. Like they're experiencing some of the same things that we are over here.
Yeah, there's bigger riots going on over there, Poland and Paris for a long time.
It was
and you don't hear anything.
It was in France. It wasn't in France. I was overhearing in RT today that that burqa law where the politics have gotten involved with what you can do religiously or not, and now it's come to the point in some countries where the government is exactly telling you what you can and can't do, what you can wear, what you can't wear. Are we truly free when we are given these orders? Are you
No, that's when you realize that you're not in the free country that you've been told that you're in. You really don't have those rights that you thought you had all along and that you were taught that you had. You find that when you go to a protest, you find that out. It only goes so far before an end is put to it. And there's really no resolution. It's just, okay, you go to the next one and you complain there, but it's like they don't get the message. They're not interested in hearing it. And it's just an application of force until you quit. And there's no limit. They'll do whatever it takes to break you up. I don't know how you get the point across when you're dealing with something like that.
I think the worst thing that we're dealing with is that we're dealing with an oppression that most people don't even see. And a lot of it revolves around the financial world. And I've been talking about this for ever since we started the show, was the central banking system and its outreach and how far it goes. Essentially, when you're born into debt and slavery. It's proof of it is everywhere. And I even tried showing a video on the proof about your birth certificates and how it revolves around, a guarantee on your payment to the central banking system. And honestly, we there are invisible bonds that are already there from the time you were born. Sorry, I just got lost in thoughts.
They've turned everything upside down. It's just like when you went. The original Constitution was of the people. When it went corporate, it was for the people. They're now dictating your Constitution to you, and that's when it. It's very subtle the twist that they put into the laws and regulations and everything, but. Yeah, it's designed for one thing, and that's to keep control of the people, to ignore your rights, and then make a joke out of it, and then going to court, have becomes, progressively harder and harder. They just step up their game in the courtroom to make everything a felony. You can't really have a jury trial. They can make any rule, exclude evidence and witnesses. So,
Yeah.
it's a stacked deck. It just never ends. And it's not what it was meant to be.
No, it
and
was
it's,
never meant to be like this.
It's gone so far. People have put up with a lot, but it's gone so far that it's become obviously something that it's not. It's not what it's proclaimed to be. Put it that way.
Yeah, and
It's-
the government thinks that honestly, this is probably a lot of their mentality. They think that if we didn't have a government, that everybody would go fucking crazy. And I'm like, no,
Well-
not exactly. People still need to feed their fucking families. They need to go to the grocery store. They need to do the stuff they need to do and provide for their fucking family. If there was no government, things might be a lot fucking easier. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, well, to me, there has to be a police. You see what people do when there is no authority nearby, and you give them just unbridled freedom, they'll go crazy. You mean, and the question is, I can do anything, and they'll go do it. So the average, the average person is not going to be able to handle that for very long. There has to be some kind of authority threat there, some line of authority. Put it that way.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
And
you're
then-
back.
Hey,
I thought
yeah,
you fell asleep.
my phone died.
I'm back too. I was gone too.
Where did you guys go? It's like you guys are like rabbits. Like all of a sudden you were like
Yeah,
disappeared, and then you're there, and then
yeah. Well, I was eating
I had a
carrots
girlfriend.
and lettuce, and next thing I know, I'm gone.
Yeah, I had a visit from somebody. There's a reason.
Yeah, well, I apologize. How's everybody?
Me
Okay.
too.
It's still here.
All right, good deal. I love you guys, man. You guys are fucking awesome.
Best.
I didn't mean to interrupt anybody, so please continue. Whoever was speaking, I apologize. I just want to let everybody know I'm back.
Let's see. Well, the discussion was authority or not authority. Tyler's
Oh.
saying he doesn't really believe that you need a government. There has to be some kind of system, even if it's you have to vote. There has to be some kind of like city services and all. I mean, somebody has to watch
Yeah.
over things to keep things going. They don't have to
That's
be
it.
in your business and up your butt crack.
Like a
But,
lot of people say,
city services.
well, now they gotten to the point where our own CIA has been putting in monitoring. This was revealed in Vault 7. That there are, miniature operating systems in your network interface cards. They have all of this malicious software that are embedded into chips. The phone manufacturers, it's gotten to the point where like, when is enough enough?
a lot of
Really?
people say also we don't need a government, we don't need this, but eventually we need somebody. There must be a little bit control about something. Everybody say throw off the government and whatever, but it's gonna be chaos too.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing of having limited government. That's why you limit it. That was the idea behind our initial, Constitution.
Well,
is
yeah,
to
the
keep
government was
a-
never meant to have the powers that it does now. No,
Right.
it
You
was
see what
never meant-
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not turning out well.
And the funny thing is that you cannot legally disengage from society. You can't do it.
No, they won't let you. You're not.
They won't
allowed.
let you. You're not allowed to.
Hey, guys.
What?
We got like 63 viewers right now. I'd like to say what's up to everybody, man.
Oh yeah, 63, man.
Yeah, I'd like to say what's up to everybody. How's my brother and sisters doing out there?
A lot of questions.
Well, Jarvis says shout out, please. I didn't even see it until after I gave shout out. So, I'd like to say shout out to Jarvis. Shout out to Jarvis. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to San, Albert. My sister Cindy. I love you, sis. You're fucking awesome. I want to give all the love to everybody out there that continuously shows love to us every other day, and let you guys know, man, we think about you. We constantly battle upon subjects about thinking about you, and we love your support, and please share us.
There are a lot of smileys now. A lot of smileys. Funny.
I got a question
love
here.
I love hearts.
You guys think that a peaceful revolution is possible? Has Standing Rock? Or wait, do you guys think that peaceful revolution is possible? Has Standing Rock proved something to the world that we can stand in prayer and still make a difference? Or do you guys think that a civil war is the only way? And what do you think about civil disobedience, multi-layer questions?
All right.
That's three questions.
I know, my bad.
Well, I would like to first of all say that that's a tough question.
Yeah.
It really is.
Peaceful revolution? No.
No,
there is no
It's
such thing
impossible.
as a peaceful revolution.
Well, Preston, I'm gonna have to disagree with you just a little bit, not too much, but every peaceful revolution, we always made some kind of difference in the world when it comes to the end, regardless of what. Are we gonna get thousands of individuals together and overcome the government like the North versus the South, like we did in the Civil War? Nah, I doubt it. But as far when it comes to a peaceful revolution, there has to be some type of agreement. I mean, I don't know.
But not everybody is peaceful. There are always people that go and try for.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You
that's
cannot
why
do it
we
peaceful,
got
I think.
that's why we got a Black Bloc and an Antifa brothers.
Yeah.
They sit there and they go another route, but
Well, then everybody gets blamed for it. See, that's
we all are one. We all are one, and we're all united. So no matter who does what, who does when it happens, what we do, we all contribute, and this is the great thing. This is what I love about us.
But in every country, you do a different kind of revolution too. Look
Right.
to Ukraine, Egypt, Greece is now busy, and every country do it different. And countries where there are a lot of weapons, you're gonna use a lot of violent nature.
Right.
But yeah,
This is the thing, Kevin. This is what makes us unique. This is what makes us so powerful. Is that there's no head to the snake. You know, we're all got one objective, and we all have our own ideas, and all of our ideas will come together and make a beautiful fucking story.
that's true. If everybody can, yeah. That's cool that we can.
And the story that's going to be completed is that we're going to overcome. We're going to win. We are. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be today, but we are going to win.
Yeah, it's gonna be a day, but when that's the reason we do a lot of awakenings too. People and events, awakenings here in Belgium, and we try to, wake everybody a little bit up for what's gonna happen. Eventually, it's gonna be a revolution everywhere because the people are waking up too, and
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, absolutely, absolutely. You
You guys
know.
hear me?
Oh yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I saw my
Yeah.
app crashing, and I was like, oh wait, oh no, it crashed. No,
Yeah,
Iceland.
no,
Iceland
we
had
got.
a revolution in 2008, and
Well,
they arrested their politicians and they arrested all the bankers, and their economy, right, is doing much better. Just saying.
yeah,
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, Iceland had a revolution. Yeah, they had a revolution, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what? Iceland? Yeah.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah.
You're like, wait, where is Iceland?
It's true. Yeah.
Though, I mean, a lot of it had to revolve around the banking system and people getting foreclosed on their homes. Now, when it comes to Iceland, I think you're dealing with like a population of around 100,000 or more. I think it's more along 300,000 people that live in Iceland. But still,
And
they kicked out everybody. They arrested all the bankers, and now they're doing much better than they were before.
but Iceland is not a bad country. It's not a lot of crime, and the people live not so bad there. Iceland,
True.
but yeah, it's everywhere something.
Well, they are the model. Greece is that's the example of what not to do. Iceland
Yeah.
is the example of what you should be doing. So
Yeah.
they're both there. It's a choice. We're obviously going down the wrong path. We're supporting all this crap.
We're supporting the corporations, and we're supporting a militaristic establishment that all they want to do is monitor you, put you in jail for like doing the fucking most absurd shit, make you pay fucking taxes. Essentially, they want to take 40% or more of your income.
Yeah, and all your taxes go
And
to.
they want to tax everything, make you have a license for this and that. Sooner or later, there's going to be a breathing tax and a living tax, and there probably already is a living tax. So when is enough?
Yeah.
The government's fucking broke, and they want. Why they're fucking broke is because they got hand in hand. They spend too much money on dumbass shit. They're also in debt to the Federal Reserve. Why do you think you guys pay? Why do you think you guys pay your federal income taxes with the IRS? You're paying the interest that they loaned for the money that they needed.
Here in Europe is not the IRS of the Federal Reserve. He uses something else. I don't know the name. It's something weird here in Europe. I don't know what it's called here because the EU and the UN
IMF.
things. We don't know where our money go. Our money go. We don't know.
It goes to Goldman Sachs. They're the ones putting in the prime ministers and the leaders of Greece and Italy. They appoint them. They're not even voted on anymore.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of countries want to break off from the EU, realizing that it was a bad idea. And to be honest with you, it probably is, because when you think about it, this is a part of the globalist agenda to have one world order. Originally, they wanted to have, I think the plans, from what I've heard, is that they wanted to like section up the world in like 4 different zones and eventually merge it into one.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, and that's when the part of the EU. When everybody was Greece and Spain and Portugal, they had no money anymore when the EU started, and there's a reason they want to separate it from the EU. The Netherlands, I heard too. Belgium tried too, but yeah, Belgium is the headquarters from the EU. That's where it all started. It started all here. It's yeah, it's crazy shit. The world is fucked up, but
Well, it was a
Well,
dirty plan. So you got sucked into something. They sold it to you like, hey, it's going to be great. We're all together. We're all going to work together.
they
And
tried to do it here.
that really
Remember, they
wasn't the
Bush
plan.
was pushing for the Amero, and they actually printed up some of the Amero. Now, are those plans probably in place? I think so. They're calling it the what is
Sure.
it called? They were trying to merge one currency for Canada, United States, and South America.
we
You know,
Belgium?
yeah,
The
I mean, they'd
Amero.
eventually get there, you know, if
Oh,
they had enough time and if they weren't such
Well, I
thieves,
mean,
it would work.
we do already work on a on a global monetary system. It's the who's that's in charge that's the problem, and not really the what. Like, we have to do business with the rest of the world. We have to do business with the rest of the people that are on the U.S. continent or the American continent, right? Like, those aren't necessarily bad things. It's when we start first saying, okay, well, step one is give all of your money and all of your power to the banks, and then we'll dole out a debt-driven international economy. That's a nightmare. But
yeah.
as far as, working on a global scale, there's nothing wrong with that. We have to, and we always have.
Right.
Sit
Yeah, they
down to
always,
a bowl of, like,
yeah.
spaghetti.
But to
Right?
control you, they sell that plan to you. But then what it really is down the line to control you by breaking it all up and making it more difficult.
Yep.
That's where and that's what's
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
seeing
it's
now.
not
That's why
like
everybody wants to leave.
not
It's like,
like
hey,
we
look, you
all kind of
screwed up
agree
this.
cryptocurrency is the future. And that really is a global, monetary system that's outside of the banking, cartels that we run on now.
Oh yeah, it is because everybody's little computer when you get on the system is doing the transactions for it, and you also have the data miners that are taking out the bitcoins from the blockchain. Essentially, it's not centralized.
Yeah,
And there is a
I mean,
finite amount. There's a finite amount of there's only 20 million bitcoins that are ever going to be out there, and once they're gone, they're gone. Now, what happens when you have a finite currency that doesn't have anymore and it runs out? We don't exactly know. I don't think this is. I think this is the first in monetary. What do you call
well,
it?
and that's why I said, that's
Well,
why I said cryptocurrency instead of just Bitcoin, because it's the idea of cryptocurrency that I think is going to change how we do banking. As for, like, right now in the divest movement, we really got to hit these guys like hard with switching over to the credit unions. Like, everybody switch over to a credit union. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. A lot of people are not even aware of that. So when you go to Wells Fargo, Chase, TD Bank, PNC, essentially, when you get with these commercial banks, they're not in the best interest of putting your money in the bank. Essentially, what they're trying to do is they're more business oriented, and when I say that, they are trying to charge you and penny pinch you and charge you for this service and that, essentially putting the money in their own pockets. Now, when you go to a credit union, it's a little different. All you need is like what, $2 or $3 to open up a bank account,
Yeah.
and as a place so that you can store your money, so you don't leave it under your mattress, and then you get robbed by some crackhead, looking on your mattress. I mean, yeah, that's essentially what credit unions are there for. It's a community bank, localized.
And I mean, it doesn't, you can check, make sure that they're not, they're not invested in the pipelines are the big thing for us. But for fossil fuels, Nestle, there's quite a large list, and you kind of circumvent all of that by just taking your money out and going to a credit union. And either these banks will start investing in green technology, or we won't use them anymore. But the divestment in general, on top of, I mean, it's real easy. A lot of them will no charge switch over from the large banks. You can get all of your direct deposits and all of that good stuff in, and you don't pay all the nasty fees. but it's a power that we have that for some reason we're just figuring it out, and it seems like we should have figured this out ages ago. But hit them in the one place that they truly understand, and that is
It's in
in the
their
pocket,
pocket.
right? That's money.
The best bank, the bank is where is it in Europe? All the rich people
Swiss
sit
banks?
there. Oh,
Credit Suisse.
in Zurich, Zurich. The bank
Oh, the
on
German
Swiss. Oh,
Swiss, and everybody said there their money. All the rich people, the kings and the queens, politicians, big businessmen, and I know a lot of people try to there do fraud, with things, and it's one of the best banks for the rich.
Oh, that's
um,
the same. We run all of our money through the Cayman Islands and such, and it's like in any other situation, that's called money laundering. I don't
Yeah, I
know
heard.
why it's special,
But it's
right?
always the rich that
Buy
do
your
it.
money from the government to keep from paying taxes, right?
Yeah,
That
right.
that's called money
why
fucking
can't us poor
laundering. That
people do it?
they already have laws against that.
I'm laundering nothing.
You're not in the big
Oh no, I do
club.
it in the Cayman Islands, so it's okay.
You're not a club member. Sorry.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I know it's been, I don't know. I've been a little bit since I've been on, but I would like to give a shout out to Rose's brother-in-law, man. We got a little bad news for tonight.
What's that?
Well, apparently his name is Vernon, and he's a native Lakota, and he's one of our brothers. He's a native warrior, good man, and for the past 6 months he's been fighting for his life, and I just want to, let Rose know that I love her and we support her. And
Is he okay?
well, nah, he's not with us anymore.
Oh
You
shit.
know, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm here for Rose, and if she needs anything at all, you know, we all are here for her, and we all can't express the way when loses an individual that we love. Um, I personally know this, being that I lost my kid's mother, so it's tough. But Rose, you are not alone, sis. We love you. We love James. We are here for you guys, and if you need anything, by all means, you have my information. Please contact me, and I will always be available to you guys, man. And I love you. You know, I just sorry for interrupting, guys. I just
No
wanted
problem.
I just wanted to sit there and say that. You know.
Oh.
Other than that, let's get happy. Let's troll and say show tits or get the fuck out. Nah, I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
Sauce your tits are gonna
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Only fucking Aaron, bro. I know. I'm only kidding, man. Or am I? I don't know. You ladies figure it out yourself,
Hey Roger, that's a cool pic. Roger, he's got a picture of Christopher Poole.
Oh, Roger.
No, Roger Schwartz.
Oh, not
4chan.
Roger Hill.
Yeah, no, Roger Schwartz.
Oh, okay. I was about to say Roger Hill. I deleted his friend request. He was bugging me like forever.
About the dogs.
Yeah. The dog guy. You know, I'm like, fuck out of here. You know, I can't fuck with you, brother. You know.
I've asked him like so many times, just give it to me.
Yeah.
He'll give it to everybody but you.
Our Aussie sister, you know, she still hasn't, you know.
She's gonna be offline for a little bit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't.
She's okay though.
Yeah, I hope so. George, if you're listening, brother, I just heard your message. I'm very curious. I'm very curious on what's going on with our sister Ozzy, Australia, too. I don't know if you guys just saw that message, but
What message?
From George from the other night. He's talking about our sister Ozzy, Australia. Something happened to her as well. Man, what's going on tonight? Is tonight a bad information night or what? Kind of start off very well.
Well, no, I was working on a script all yesterday and I couldn't fucking get the thing to work. And I fucking was like, I got to the point where I was going to toss my PC out the window. And then I should have been researching shit. I was just fucking around, so I guess I was unprepared today.
I mean, it's all good. Shit happens, man. We can't always be serious at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, we got shit that goes on. We're fucking human.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we're not robots. We're not AIs. So you know, so it's just like, hey, we can only do what we can do. But Tala, I got a few quite a few firm requests that I'm actually curious about, to be honest with you, and I want to ask you after the show about this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting the profiles with no names on them?
No, actually.
I've been seeing that, not here, but I've been. At first, I told them it was a goof. And they're all like, no. There's several people on Facebook with no profile name that were hitting up this individual. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, since February, I've been getting a lot of porno and weed.
Yeah, just those profiles that have like one person on, like one friend.
But yet she's totally infatuated with you.
Oh yeah, like. It's crazy that they even still send those out. Like, are you serious?
I'm like, you're going to need an ID for that profile in about, 20 minutes. So I don't know why you fucking, took the time to, open up a VoIP account and a fake Gmail account.
But
you're just wasting your fucking time, dude.
Tonight.
Well, and who is still falling for this? It's like getting one of those.
Oh, you'd be surprised who falls for that shit.
At this point. Like, are there people that still fall for that?
Tonight is kind of funny
just like
because
when you get those, you have just inherited $2 billion from East Africa, and my name is something, but you must give me $5,000 to open it. You know what I mean? Just people fall for that fucking shit,
How?
I don't know.
Because they're retarded.
Like it's not real by now.
Because they're retarded ass white people, bro. I mean, literally.
It just takes one.
it just takes one, and it's like a domino effect. Yeah,
Well, for some of it, it's like millions and millions of dollars. You're just like, why don't you book me a ticket? I'll pick it up in cash.
yeah.
No
And while you
problem.
at it, just give me a social.
Meet me at the airport with that
Yeah,
200
just
pieces
a
of
heads
gold
up,
or
guys.
whatever
Like if you guys
you're
ever
selling,
get
and
it,
I will hand carry it across the border for you. No problem.
Yeah, just give me a social and
You're
a
a good
bank
man.
account. Give me
Yeah,
a routing number.
I will do that for you.
don't they still have that Nigerian hacking school? No, the guy who had the source code from Google. I think he opened up a hacker school out in Nigeria, and that's where I think we see a lot of these guys coming out of. It's
Oh yeah,
Nigerian
I've had
hacking
some
school. Yeah,
Nigerian.
yeah. That guy took the Google source code and said I think he posted it on SourceForge before they took it down.
Hey,
Am I wrong?
Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
What?
I think you need to hit him with that SMS bomb that I sent you.
Yeah, that was the fucking script I was fucking working on. It fucking both of them don't work, dude.
Bro,
I
that script,
fucking modded the fuck out of that fucking script. It didn't work
bro,
for a lot of
that
fucking
script,
days.
that script is serious, bro. The script is serious. It's one of a kind, and yeah, bro, I'm telling you, you really gotta take your time with that script, Tyler. You don't understand it. If you don't understand it, brother, you're gonna be all confused, bro.
I actually got to the point where I was figuring that either that carrier blocked that service, or I didn't have the right carrier API thing. But I was using the right port number and everything, so I was just like, whatever.
I mean, I told you some of the programs that I was asking you if you was running the right programs, and you was like, "Well, I'm running this SQL and this and that," and I'm like, "Okay, well, the script is one of a kind, bro. It has not been. I'm telling you, nobody has seen nothing like this has been written. So." It's very complex. But it's definitely a banger. Which is crazy. It's cool, but
All right, we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
All right, see what we have in our comments real quick.
We got some hackers tonight. It's cool.
Well, yeah, and we don't like focus in on the actual security part of it. We should have a show sometime. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but maybe we should have a show sometime here that focuses just on security, just on hacking.
Well, just not even that. It's just internet basics. How to cover your digital footprint. Be aware of what is actually out there and how much of it is being monitored. That's a good start. If you think that if you think that honestly, when you connect to the internet or you open up a Gmail account, that they don't know exactly where you are and what you're doing, you're obviously wrong. Some of these are.
And I mean, we're dealing with several different entities that have a vested interest in collecting as much information as possible against you. And that's, the advertising and corporations, followed quickly by our government and spying agencies. Both of those people have no good intentions with your personal information.
George. Love you, bro.
Yeah.
2 minutes, and they're going to cut us off.
It's only 4 hours, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my god, it's like 20 degrees outside. I am freezing my ass off.
Do you have another Facebook account? Because I don't find you on your other name.
Oh yeah, I'm still using that one. No, I'll message you after the show.
Yeah. I don't know.
I lost that other one. I think so. I think I lost that other account. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, that only lasted like a month. I think I lost the other one too. That was an old one. That was an old account.
Oh.
Yeah, it was from like 2000. That was like 2010. So.
But
Yeah, I
And
go on Facebook restriction every couple of weeks here.
It's time for.
It's time to like end the show.
End the show.
No, seriously, like even though we're talking right now, there's only like a lag of like maybe 30 seconds. So
I feel like we should have a guy to the side just telling us to wrap it up. Like, as you make,
I can't go back.
It up sign.
I can't get it back into the house before the car.
They have like music playing out. We should get it so that we have some tunes to play us out.
Emotional music. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
And we